see what's going down. Hey folks, Rich here. Welcome back to the RCINFORMER YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody for coming. Got a lot to talk about this time. Before we start, I want everybody to sort of check in with me. Let me know that you have good audio and good video and nothing's too choppy. Things should be good. I'm showing green on the board here, but I always have technical difficulties almost every time I set this thing up. So no storms outside or anything right now, but we should have good fiber optic connection. So if you guys don't mind texting me, let me know if y'all are hearing okay. I got Chucky Whiskers here. And let's see, Victor RC Jets. Victor's in the house. Victor's been flying his Banana Hobby L39 around and doing a good job with that. Let's see, Mike SSI, Gary West. Gary's in the house. Guy Caputo's here. Guy is, I hope I'm saying his name right, Guy's produces all the really nice airplane racks, so I'm going to kind of show you guys here. We're going to go around. So let's see, Jess Harris is here. Hal Ruffner, Mr. TIHID, Tahiti, I guess that's what it is. 5x5, all good, looks good. Okay, guys, telling me he could see me and everything. We're going to show his airplane racks here. We're going to do a lot more on the airplane racks, but I need to install them all back here next time I'm not working, but I might do that this week and then show them next time around. So, Richard Webb's here. Guy's in Toledo, Ohio, and he makes really nice racks. I'm going to show you the airplane storage system and all that kind of stuff. I got a brand new pan and tilt head on my camera, so I'll be able to kind of sort of pan around, tilt around, and give everybody, you know, a good, you can see I have nice smooth action on the camera this time. So the old one was just ratchety and clicky, so I was able to get, you know, a nice kind of pan and tilt head. And here's one of Guy's racks right here that you guys have seen before that I had stored on there and everything that I had here before. So I'll kind of zoom in on that. I'm going to show you around because we're going to go take a look at, let's see if I can get this to zoom in. Yeah, it's not going to do it from here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Real nice storage system. You guys can find at Flying Tiger RC, which I put in the upper right-hand corner of your screen that you can check out. And this has kind of changed my life as far as storing planes goes and everything. So, but let me get back to here. We'll talk about that there in a second because we're going to review a couple things. I see a lot of guys here in the chat, so trying to acknowledge everybody here. John Perry's here, looking good, sounding good, feeling good too, I guess. So let me get us back in center there. Yeah, my new tracking's working nice. Again, it's a little remote control deal with a pan and tilt head on the camera, so trying to change it up. And today, guys, we're going to talk about the F-16 Falcon. You guys have seen this on the channel already. I did a sort of a show and tell of it. And, you know, we had it over at the at CEF at the beginning of the year and flew the heck out of it. But it was kind of handed to me by the Horizon guys to demo. We did noontime demos and all kinds of stuff with it. So, and in fact, I'm going to pop that up here real quick. You guys should be able to see this okay. I just threw my website thing up here. And there's lots of videos on this, and I'm going to kind of scroll. You guys can see this. There's tons of F-16 videos that you guys can see this way. Sorry, I can never get that right. But up at the top, all the noon demos we did with the F-16 and the Rafale on the RCINFORMER YouTube channel. So just type in E-flite F-16 RCINFORMER 80 millimeter, and you'll find it. So I flew the Rafale and the F-16 at CEF. And I'm going to show you that airplane up on the rack. We still have it. And then the noon demo, or there's just sort of the first flight demo we did. And then you can kind of go down the line. And in fact, some of the other cooler videos, and they're all on here, so you guys can check that out. This was our first flight here at CEF. And guys, do me a favor. Let me know if you guys are hearing any static or anything. This was the first flight we had. And it was pretty awesome. Beautiful flying airplane. And then let's see if this will pull up. Here was where we talked about it, you know, earlier in the live show, but never really put it together, had it out of the box. And then let's see. Yeah, these were the noon demos where we did with the Rafale. and the F-16. So there's both of these videos in here. So you guys want to see this flying, you know, I was able to kind of tear it up at the noon demo and have a total blast with this thing. So, and then the F-16, we brought both of them out, did both demos and everything. So, you know, check that out. Lots of good videos of this F-16 FMS Rafale on there. Probably the coolest video we did at CEF of this F-16, this was when it was just released, is we flew it in heavy traffic, and it was just I mean, it was chaos out there, but it was cool to watch because there was a lot of neat stuff to see. And so anyway, but I'm going to be unboxing this for everybody today. I thought I'd just kind of show you all this. And then additionally, right now they're on back order, folks. It's hard to get these things, because they're kind of, you know, the shipping issues we're having with Corona and all that. Here's what I'm going to show you guys today. This is the Bind and Fly Safe Select, which is on back order. But what I'm going to show you guys today is the ARF Plus, okay, which basically comes with everything except your fan. I think it's your fan and your ESC. And we're going to be doing this. I don't know if I'm going to get it in today based on time constraints, but we're going to be showing you this new 80 millimeter, okay, from FMS. And let me try my upper camera and see if I can get y'all in on this thing. Let me kill my websites here on my control panel here, but I'm going to try and show you guys this thing. This is the newest FMS 80 millimeter fan. I don't know if a lot of folks know about it. If you guys want to check this out, I will throw it here. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll move this over here so we can kind of see both at the same time. Let me throw the websites back up here. If you guys do want to check this out, you can go to FMS Model here. Let's see, let me click on it. This is their brand new, okay, I'm going to zoom in here. This is their brand new 80 millimeter, and you can see here it's a 3600, I'm sorry, 3665 2000. It's quite a bit actually more expensive than the original, than the 2100 kV, but it's a much bigger motor, so it's like torquier, more powerful. I have not had it in a plane yet, so you know, we'll kind of see how it goes, but here's what you got, folks. It's pretty cool. It's got this really nice cooling fan in the back here. So we may or may not get this in the plane this time, but I don't know if you guys can see, but back in these holes here, okay, it's got a really cool cooling fan to cool the motor down. And as you can see here, you know, there's your motor there, 3665 2000 kV with cooling holes in the side all the way around. It's all metal fan. I think even the spinner's metal, I'm pretty sure, but the fan blades are a new blade, I believe. I think it's a different, slightly different fan, different rotor. So anyway, we'll be showing you all that stuff. I'm hoping to get it in the plane today, but maybe not. It just depends on time and stuff. So, but let me really quick, folks. Let me check my chat log and see who's out here. Looking good and sounding good from Columbus, Ohio. That's John Perry. Coming in good from Miami, Cessna Pilot 1017. All right, he's right down the road from me in Orlando here. Let's see. That sure is a nice rack. Yeah, that's what she said. Jess Harris, nice. This message is held for review. Okay, I'll let RC Glory, I'll put that out there. He said, let's rock. Hello from Germany. That's Sven Montag is there. Again, I'm trying to do this, you know, early afternoon so the guys overseas can see this too. I'd love to see someone bump up the 80 fan to a 90 and make the exhaust tube a bit more of a cone. Yeah, that's possible. Arthur RC's here. He's got some good stuff on his channel. And so anyway, real quick, guys. Before we take a look at the full-blown F-16 here, okay, which we're going to get into and unbox, I'm going to kind of zoom you guys around here just a little bit, and let's see if we can make this happen. I'm going to sort of walk over here as we go. Let's see if this thing's going to let me do this like this. But I've done this before, but I have a new pan and tilt, so it lets me do this. These are my airplane racks up here, folks. These are my new storage system from I'm doing a Joe Biden here. Sorry about that. From Flying Tiger RC. And these are some of the nicest kind of racks around. And you can see I have my F-16 like right here on the rack. I have, it's suspended between the spar and everything. So, but here's what you got, guys. These are the wall mounts. And I'm going to be doing more on this later. It's just, I want to give everybody a preview because I wanted guys to see how nice of a system this thing is. These are your metal heavy-duty wall racks. Okay, these just mount flat against the wall. Okay, and then it's got an interlocking, okay, rack like this. So you see how this plugs in? And I have the ones that actually you can adjust the angle of them. Okay, and I don't know if Guy's going to be doing away with these or not, but I like these because they're designed for a vaulted ceiling. And I'll show you this here as I go up with this. I just happen to have a vaulted ceiling, meaning it's in an angle. So I can angle these up and down, okay? So they'll kind of conform with the vault of the ceiling. So most guys don't need that, but you know, it works for me. And actually one of the things I like about it too is that I'll show you right here, is I can actually get my airplanes up and down easier. So if you guys want to check these out at Flying Tiger RC, I'll throw the link up there for everybody. But you can see here I got my F-16 here on the rack. I have the wings right here. So you can see how easy it is to kind of put these things in position. You can put things anywhere you want. This is the one I flew at the event. So, but one of the things I like about the adjustability is you can pull these down, okay? And you can adjust the height of these and get your airplanes close together or far apart or however you want. And this is kind of where, this is my nose cone I just kind of put right there. But you can see with this particular plane, the F-16 that I flew at the show, I'm suspending it with the wing spar, okay, just right across these. And all these arms are adjustable. Again, I'll be going into more detail on this stuff later, but you know, check these out for now at Flying Tiger RC. I basically did this entire wall with these in the upper part of the ceiling that, you know, I don't use that space. So it's kind of, for storing airplanes, this is the neatest, cleanest, sort of nicest kind of rack system out there. And what it's done is, it's, for me anyway, it's kind of changed my life when it comes to storing stuff, because it's very efficient in the way that, you know, you can store things. And again, the way I have this set up, you can angle these things. These are the adjustable ones. Now, Guy at Flying Tiger RC might be changing. I think he's making straight ones that don't have that, because most people don't need an angle adjustment. But I'm liking the angle adjustment because, honestly, guys, I don't have to worry about. I can get the planes nice and close together. This is just sort of a stopper I put over there to keep this thing from kind of flying off. But anyway, super nice rack system, fully adjustable, all that kind of stuff. So if I lose my remote control, I'm really messed up. But for example, I've got my FW190 sitting right here, and I'll show you this thing. I think you guys got that in frame. I'm just looking at my screen. And you guys can use whatever padding you want, but this is what I like is, even if you don't have a vaulted ceiling, you know, you can adjust these to get planes out, and you can get them tight together out of the way by the adjustment. So, you know, here's my FW190 that I have. You can see it just sits right on these. And you can use whatever you want for padding. You know, you can use this cooling tube type stuff that you get over at Lowe's or Home Depot, or here you can use this really nice, I'll try to zoom, see if I can tell a photo on that for everybody. These in particular, let me see if I can angle a little bit here for everybody. Let me go down a little bit. Yeah, let's go right a little bit. There we go. What I did is I put this foam padding material on here, which I can always give you links for. But this pads these things, and it's a little neater and cleaner, a little more expensive to do it this way. It's cheaper if you have your own kind of foam padding that you get over at the hardware store. But in either case, you can pad it with whatever you want. But he does include padding with it. So you guys are going to have some really nice, like I think it's neoprene or foam padding that won't mark up your wings or whatever. And you can see I can push that right up and, you know, get it adjusted nicely. And I got my wingtips. I'm even sticking my wingtips, okay? This is just sort of my own thing. As I'm putting these up, here, let me zoom back out. Let me widen that back out again. There we go. But yeah, these things make a big difference for storing airplanes. You can put these in all sorts of places, and that's where I keep, you know, most of my wingtips. Even my P-51 right here, even though that's kind of flopping down. I don't want to drop that. In fact, that's a little loose, so I'll put that. I'll figure out a better system for that later. But you guys can see right here how nice of a wall system this is. Let me go up with it a little bit. And lots of airplanes. I haven't really even begun to kind of stack these things on here. I mean, there's a lot of planes up there already, but they're so adjustable. You can adjust the height of them. And then with these adjustable ones, with the screws, you can adjust the angle of them up against the wall or up against the ceiling, and you can just do so much with it. So anyway, that's just a kind of a brief kind of view of those. And then I got one other rack right here, okay, that you guys can see. Let me see if I can zoom in on those again. This is just one that's above my stairwell just to get stuff out of the way, because that's all dead space that I don't use for anything. And you can see real nice that those are right up there. So anyway, I will put the link, folks. Let me walk over here as I'm doing this. We'll get us back to where we were. Hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties. Let's see. All right, I'm trying to move the camera here. All right, little by little by little. And let me throw this up so everybody can check this out. Let me put Guy's website up here. No, that's 280 RC. No, that's not it. I had it up here a while ago. Lots of stuff. So Flying Tiger RC, folks. This is where you want to go to check these out. And I went too far. Let me move my camera back. There we go. That's better. We're back in frame. So if you guys check this out, like I said, these are very nice storage racks. I'm putting them everywhere. And I am, as time goes on here, let me see if I can kind of move this for 1 second. Pretty soon I'm going to do this entire wall back here. So everything you see back here from right to left, I'm going to put storage racks up here. So everybody will be able to everybody will be able to see them, and I'm going to put them all behind me and everything. So, and you can see this is an old rack system I have up here. These were, I think, Hangar 9 or something. So, but they're limited. I can only put wings and things. So this whole back wall eventually I'm going to put on there. So, and once again, folks, you know, check it out, Flying Tiger RC. Let's see, somebody's calling me during my live show. Miss Amy, I'll call her back here in just a second because I don't want to blow off my girlfriend there. Let me get this back in center. Anyway, Guy does a lot of this stuff, which is real nice. So, but let me show you a couple things here. They also have a real nice transmitter stand. The Petrenic brothers there, you know, Robert hurt his hand, so he uses this real nice kind of just transmitter tray to support your hands on and stuff, and it's kind of helped him out. A lot of guys use that. He's got other systems here where you can mount things, you know. But here's the wall mount systems, and they have a 2-plane, 4-plane, 8-plane rack system. And you guys can get all the info here. So flyingtigerrc.com, check it out. Like I said, it's kind of changed my my storage world here, and how I hang everything. So they're pretty cool. And I think Ray is actually in the chat. So if you guys want to ask, sorry, Guy is in the chat. If you guys want to ask him, Guy Caputo's there. So he's. You guys can ask him questions because he's in the chat checking things out. So, and in fact, Guy, I'll throw this out there. If you want to, you can even call me on the phone during the show if you want to tell folks about this stuff, because I can pick it up on my phone, and you know, you can be a live caller if you want to be. So that's your option, but I figured I'd throw that out. I sent him a text that I was going to put these on here because they're pretty awesome, and he wanted to watch. So, and we'll be doing more videos. I'm going to do more specific videos to go into a little more detail about it, and that way you guys will see them every time I do this. Let's see what else we got. Every time I do let's see, Wilson White Owl's here. What's he got to say? It looks pretty cool, pretty good. Adjustables. So yeah, I like the adjustable ones. I think Guy's going to be going away from the adjustable ones and going just to straight ones, because most people just need them straight. And then you don't have any assembly. You just have to mount them to the walls and put them up there. But I am liking the adjustable ones. So anyway, guys, check with Guy there. And let's see. Yeah, that's the man cave. That's Lewis H. says, awesome man cave. Yeah, this is my bonus room to show off all this stuff. So, and give you guys a look at all this stuff. So. Gary West, Rich, need pilot prize for the up-and-coming Ocala. Oh, there's Guy. Hey.
Rich Baker.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going wonderful. How much of a time lag do we have on the website to the phone call?
Oh, whatever you want. I didn't even think about it. I should have thought about it ahead. Guys, I got Guy Caputo right here on the phone. Am I saying your last name right?
You certainly
Okay.
are.
All right. Very good. Very good. Well, he's on the line, folks. So, Guy, if you want to chat, can you guys hear his voice okay? Because I'm just going to put it up to the microphone. Is Guy anything you want to tell anybody about these things?
Well, all the way here from Toledo, Ohio, everything's coming in 5x5.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Now, you had told me that you were going to start making these straight. In other words, non-adjustable. Is that what we're going to be doing with these, or
Well,
is that...
we're gonna add that to the entire line.
Okay.
We're gonna have straight, and we're going to have the pivots so that you can angle those arms which way you like. And we've been finding that a lot of users actually will have an upper level in their ceiling of their home,
Right,
or the attic,
Yep.
and they're mounting these in between the stud lines in the attic. So they love
Right.
the ability. It's working very well. Very, very happy with the pre-production. Very happy with our first run. We did 2,500 racks,
Okay.
and we're just about out. We have more on the way,
Okay.
and we love it.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I had planes all over the place, which I still do. But, you know, thanks to these things, I can put things in space that I don't normally use, you know, because I have all this dead space. I just happen to have vaulted ceilings. I know these were intended for vaulted ceilings, but it kind of goes beyond that, because like I showed y'all earlier, you know, whether you have a vaulted ceiling or not, you can adjust the angle of these to get the airplane in and out, and then you can push them closer to each other. You know what I mean? So you can get them a little more you can Tetris them, if you will, into place like a little bit better than you could if they were just straight. But so you'll basically have both, I guess, is what you're saying.
Exactly. We're going to have both of
Okay.
them, and they're all going to be heavy duty. We're
Okay.
not going to even let you have that choice.
Okay.
They're all rated for heavier fuselages if you want to get your big planes and
Right.
and put the wings in the bag and put your fuselage on the wall.
Okay. Yeah, very good. No, these are awesome. I mean, I'm having, and I can't wait to do this back rack here behind me, because I've got a lot more planes to put up, and you know, I'll be showing them off back here once I get this wall done. I just need time. These are easy to install, folks, but you do need to find a stud to put them in, or at least a metal stud. I actually happen to have some walls I can actually get behind. So even with a metal stud, as long as you use a thick thread. And I'm actually putting 2 screws. I don't think I have one with me, but I'm actually putting 2 screws at the top. Like, I'm drilling an additional hole. Here, let me walk over here. Like, here's your, if you're worried about, you know, structure or anything, you know, these are heavy duty aluminum. But what I'm doing is, I don't have it here, but I'm actually drilling a second screw hole. Here, let me put it right here. A second screw hole right here. And that way I have 2 screws at the top, because the way that these things, you know, mount to the wall, you know, these things are up against the wall, and with all these racks on here, you know, the load is at the top. So if you need a second or a third screw here at the top, you can do that and it'll support it, like if you have metal studs behind it. So that's what I did, is I actually, because the aluminum's soft, you can drill through it easily, so second hole into an aluminum stud gives you more strength at the top, and these planes aren't heavy anyway, so if you're using foam airplanes, you know, it's not too heavy. But if you get into heavier stuff, put a couple extra screws, or at least 1 extra at the top, and you know, it'll hold them all up there. So anyway, like I said, I just thought I should have told you this in advance, but I wasn't thinking about it. Sometimes I don't think of stuff until right away, and then I figured, well, you could call in and talk to folks about this a little bit. So but yeah, anything else you want to add in there? Or?
Well, all the racks are laser cut. They're formed with a computer brake.
Okay.
Everything is right on the money. And you're going to love our new ones that are straight.
Okay.
You're just going to love them.
Yeah.
And all I can tell you is we love the show, and we love you.
I appreciate it.
And we're glad that everyone's getting to watch the racks in place.
All right,
it's nice
awesome.
to be able to see something that's actually up there and working for you.
Yeah,
Showing
no.
them how they pivot, how they move. You know, and the nice thing about it that most folks don't realize is, maybe I don't want to put my P-51 right here. Maybe I want to move it over here.
Right.
And you can just move the racks anywhere you want.
Yeah, yeah. And I think I have 16-inch stud centers everywhere. So in fact, I'll zoom back over there. Let me delete this thing. Let me get rid of the website thing here. Let me zoom right over here. But I have 16-inch stud centers, so I just put one on every stud, and you can go all the way to the floor if you want. But but what I did with mine was, as you can see here, I've got all my tools. I got bandsaw, drill press, all this other stuff back there, and of course I got a couple big jets there. But I have my sander, and in fact, if you have a bandsaw, sander, drill press, you can do whatever you do with it. But with these airplanes here, I can still get to my tools, and the airplanes are above me, and I'm using this space above my head that I was wasting before. So it's kind of nice for that. And like I said, a lot of guys do mount these. You can continue these racks all the way down to the floor and just have the whole wall full of this. But in my case, I'm just using the space you know, above my head and utilizing space that was getting wasted before. So it's awesome. And again, you can move the airplanes around, mix them and match them, you know, put them right side, upside down, whichever way they fit best together. And again, the adjustability of it, you know, really lets you just, you know, compact your airplanes together. So it's
utilize the space that you have.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to put your airplane straight in
right
on the wing, you take the wings off, turn the fuselage sideways,
yeah.
and you can go back and forth with your fuselages.
Yeah, it's pretty kind of unlimited what you can do with it. And then you can pull of course you can pull the arms out and move them up or down to put them in different slots. So because there's slots all the way along it. So all right, well, good. Well, thanks for calling in. I think we're going to move on to the unboxing part, and we're going to be showing more of guys' racks, you know, here as we go along. So, you know, stay tuned. We'll have more of this on there. I'll probably do an official video too, but as I get them mounted up behind me here, you guys will see them probably, and well, you'll see them in pretty much every future live show that I do. So, and it's like I said, it's saving me tons of space, and I'm getting airplanes, you know, off the dining room table, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So, so anyway, well, thanks for calling, Guy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rich.
All right.
Happy find, everybody.
Yep. See ya.
All right.
See you, Guy. Bye. All right, guys. That's our second caller on RC Informer. So you're here to witness it and see it all. And all right, so we are about to get on to the unboxing of this thing. Let's see. So Craig Beavens here. Francisco Jose Ramirez Cordoba. That's a long name. Richard Webb's here. You guys still got good sound and everything. Shadow Ops is in the house. Wish all a great Turkey Day this week. Der Meister from Germany's here. So lots of guys, about 30 some odd guys on and off. All right, Mike Bird's here. And let's get to this. I've got here, which we may put together, an Ernst stand. Want to give a heads up to the Ernst Manufacturing guys for sponsoring actually the last event that we just went to. They gave us stands to give away, and in fact, a lot of stuff to show you guys here because we'll get to this unboxing here shortly. Let me put this up here. No, that's not it. Where did I put that thing? Oh, it's all the way up here. Let me go to the Ocala. No, that's not it. Well, I'm going to show you that anyway, but here was the event we just went to, folks. I'm going to scroll through these real quick just to kind of talk a little bit about this. Let me see if I can get to this here. No, it's not highlighted. There we go. All right, there we go. This was my early setup of the tent that we were just at this Ocala event, and these were some of the planes I brought. I didn't bring the F-14, unfortunately, because I'd already had it there, but we'll probably have it there next week. This was my setup, getting my trailer ready to go, some of the airplanes I brought to the event. And you guys can check out the video I put on RC Informer with some of the flying we did there. This was my tent. I brought big EDFs. And the next event coming up is going to be really cool, folks. So, in fact, I'll throw that up here real quick. This is the Tangerine EDF event, Jet at Ocala Flying Model Club, December 11th and 12th. I'm going to be there at least a day early with a lot of airplanes. So, I think JR may be throwing in a radio or something. I'm not sure. Zap Glue's there, BVM Jet. They're going to be probably handing out a few things. Or there's going to be some giveaways and raffles and stuff. Of course, FMS, I'll be bringing at least one airplane, and they gave us an airplane and a car for the last one, which was nice. RCbattery.com, I'm not familiar with them, but they're a sponsor. And of course, Banana Hobby's going to be throwing in an airplane, so I called all these guys up. Not all of them, but I'm there with FMS. They came, you know, let me kind of sponsor their stuff. FMS, Banana Hobby, Ernst. and Guniac. So Ernst's got some stands to give away, so we'll be giving away some stands there. You know, there's either a raffle or giveaway, however they're going to do it. I just bring the free stuff. I give it to them. They raffle it off or, you know, hand it out to the winners. And Banana Hobby, a plane. They'll be giving us an airplane for everybody. So come on out, Ernst and Guniac. I talked to Ray. Ray's going to be giving us an afterburner kit, free giveaway for everybody. So anyway, if you guys can make it to this event, it's a real nice field. We'll be there again, December 11th and 12th, Ocala. A lot of giveaways. It's open flying too, so it's not like a contest like the last one. We're going to be flying like crazy there. There'll be some fun events, limbo events and whatever, so there'll be some fun things to do. But a lot of giveaways at the event, guys. We'll be bringing at least 2 airplanes, Ernst stands, an afterburner giveaway, and then, of course, Zap, JR, BVM, RC battery. They probably have some giveaways too for the event. So let me get rid of that and then just really quick scroll through some of these pictures from the events. And I'll be putting up some more videos of the flying we did there. I flew the L-39 at the event. I brought most of these just to show off because it was a contest. Here's my setup here, folks, with my banners, RCINFORMER, FMS, Banana Hobby. And I'm getting other banners to put up. We put up a bunch of other stuff. There's Gav street flying his F-16. And we've got some cool video coming out where I flew my Rafale, he flew his F-16 together after the contest stuff was over. And we went kind of crazy. We did some good high alpha together and everything. So it was pretty cool. We had a good time there. We flew, had fun. And we're going to be doing more this next time around because it's open flying instead of the contest stuff. So there's Gav with his F-16 he competed with. And then there's my setup again, and there's Gary from Ocala Flying Model Club. He was one that invited me out there. He was the contest director there. Some of the planes we brought to show off and give away. There's Miss Amy there, and Gavin, and Chloe, and there's the giveaway table. So I want to thank FMS Models, folks, for giving us that nice 70mm F-18. Banana Hobby for giving us, right in the middle there, that T-28 Trojan. And Banana Hobby also gave us that A-10, the brand new X-Fly A-10. So, and then FMS also gave us at the top, Rock Hobby, all the way on the far right side of your screen. They gave us that 8-wheel crawler, okay, and that's pretty nice. The Atlas crawler. It's about a $130 car. Very nice, 6-wheel drive, cool. And of course, Ernst Manufacturing again gave us a real nice mega stand and a regular stand. Again, these are the regulars, as you guys probably know, best plastic stands around, and then also the mega stand, which is the large version of it, okay, for big airplanes. So, and we'll have all these giveaways coming up at that EDF event, so, you know, everybody be there, be square. And then let's see what we got. There's Gav again with his F-16, and I had the giveaway airplanes in the background, the ones that we brought to fly. So there's my L-39 I competed with, flew beautifully. And there's a Hellcat. Most of the guys were gassers there. In fact, I think me and Gav and maybe one other guy were the only ones competing with EDF. Everybody else was doing scale gas stuff. And there's Connor with the MB Scaler from Rock Hobby. Me and Gav with our competition planes there. A couple big scale planes next to my L-39. So, you know, just a few pictures. Zero. A lot of gas competitors there. Gav's a big P-47 fan, so you know, this was another huge plane that competed. There's Gav again with his F-16. There's my layout. Brought a bunch of planes, and we're going to be bringing a lot of EDFs to the next event, folks. So it's coming up. So there's me, Gav, and Steve with our banners up there, just kind of showing them off, just to give you guys a heads up. And I did put a video out there of the event, so just kind of a walkthrough if you guys want to check it out. It shows a lot of this, but in video form. So again, Ernst Manufacturing, Banana Hobby, hats off to them for, you know, donating the items for the event. So real cool. Banana Hobby's bringing it. So is Ernst. Ernst all made in the USA, and everything. So and there's our early shot there of there's me and Gav. This is, I don't know if it's before or after we flew our planes together, and we just had them in high alpha. We did some inverted and right side up passes. It was cool. I'm going to get that video out like as soon as I can. I'm going to try and do it this week. I'm just swamped with stuff. And again, there's my Rafale and my Corsair in the background. I just brought a lot of planes to show off and fly around and stuff. So even though we only flew a few. There's Gav and Steve. They flew the T-28s together and I filmed. So they had both both, T-28s that they flew together. And those are both Banana Hobby planes. That was one of the giveaway planes that they gave us as well, too. So, and then let's go. There's Gav with the new X-Fly A-10 Warthog, twin 50 millimeter, sorry. That was one of the giveaway airplanes too, guys, so check it out, at Banana Hobby. I got links in the video below, guys, below the video in the description. So if you guys want to purchase something through our links, it doesn't cost you a dime, but it does support our channel, and it supports all these efforts and stuff, and it lets me bring these planes free for everybody for these events. So if you guys buy something, use our links in our description down below in all our videos. That really helps us out. So, and it's free to you guys to do. There was dinner with my girlfriend, her brother, and the 2 kids. So that was later on. And then here's my lineup of planes. I put the Boy Scouts were there. And I was going to do one more competition flight on that last day because they did one more round. But I kind of was like, you know what, I'd rather show the Boy Scouts this stuff kind of hang out. So I didn't compete in the last round because I had to clean up too. So here's all the Boy Scout troops and stuff, the troop that was there. And I put some planes out there and let them check them out. And we shot some video walking the line. There's me and Amy with the couple of planes I was flying there, again, L-39 and the Rafale. That Rafale is awesome. I'm starting to get a hang of that thing. There's Amy again with some of the bigger planes in the lineup we did. And there's some of the winners of the Ernst stand right here. I don't know everybody's name, but this is the guy that won one of the small stands. There's Amy with the prize table. I threw in a bunch of hats too, so for everybody. And then here was sort of the awards ceremony and giving away the free prizes. A little Girl Scout there, I think, Boy Scout, Girl Scout. A little girl was giving out. She was picking the tickets out, so it was cool. And then one of the other club members here won the Mega Stand. And there's the Rock Hobby by FMS, the Atlas that they won. He won. And the Banana Hobby giveaway of the A-10. The new 64 millimeter, I think that's in my car. I don't think it's here. I think it's in my trailer downstairs still. So, because that was just like last week. And the T-28 giveaway as well. So, and then again, those were both Banana Hobby. So let me kind of reiterate those. Banana Hobby gave us that really nice A-10. They also gave us the T-28, which was awesome. So again, hats off to Banana Hobby for supporting us. And then FMS gave us the real nice F-18. 70 millimeter, so real nice models in the giveaway. There's the Boy Scouts wearing all my hats, all my propaganda on their heads. We gave out hats to the kids. So, and then all the raffle tickets. They were holding their raffles, hoping to win a plane. And then these are the JR guys, Carlos, and I forgot the other guy's name. Carlos is actually putting on the EDF event that's coming up here. But they had a radio giveaway. I don't remember which JR radio was, but it was kind of a nice one. So JR put in. And then here's me cleaning up my stuff, taking airplanes apart. And then there's the last picture of my rig, my 5x10 trailer with like 15 planes crammed into it, and my car, so my Chevy. So anyway, with the American flag there. So we'll wrap it up with that. Just wanted to give everybody just sort of a brief kind of just slideshow of kind of what went on, and then we can get on here to the F-16. So let me see. I'm looking at all the some of the chats here in the log. Let's see. Mike Bird says, "Wow, for once I feel quit luck giving in England." I'm not sure what that means, but Paul Slade's here. Have I missed much? Not too much, but there is stuff to see, so go back, check it out. Guys, you have to buy the X-Fly A-10. I flew mine 4 times, and it's an easy jet. Yeah, very nice. I got video of Gavin flying it, so we'll have that video up here soon, hopefully. So if you guys get one, please use my link below. It does support our efforts here. We appreciate all that. Yeah, the stands are awesome. That's from Wilson White Owl. Philip Bender's here. I wanted to maiden my Sea Fury, but Arthur said, Mike Bird said, "Arthur, I'm thinking on getting myself one. Looks like a good plane." Yeah. Hangar 51, Kenny's here. I didn't want to miss out on Kenny. Sometimes I get carried away talking. I don't look at the chat log so much, but Kenny's here at Hangar 51. Check him out. Kenny puts on a little good show there on Mondays, I think. Let's see. What do we got? Bus driver in DA house, into house. So Shadow Ops. Braden Maiska is here. Maiska, I hope I said that right. Let's see. What else we got? What is a good STOL plane? Oh yeah, there's a lot of good ones. Probably the Draco is about the slowest one I think I've seen. So, but there's a lot of good ones. Let's see. Glenius Angelo Lopez doing a front gear swap on my RF F-16 80mm right now. All right. Hangar 51. He's here. CHK6. Check 6. All right. Shadow. Kenny. That's my eyesight, not your writing. Let's see. Because I'm looking at a TV. It's way over there as I'm doing this, folks. So, check 6. Shadow Ops. Mike Bird. 45 guys here. I want to thank everybody for coming. I'm putting max effort into these things when I'm not flying in the real world, trying to give you guys some good stuff to show everybody. And we got a lot of other things to show too, so we'll talk about what we can talk about during this thing. So, Chucky Whisker says, I was just on Banana Hobby website and was wondering if you have tried their Berkut. You know, I have not, but that's a plane that they carry in limited supply. It is an older model. But I'm trying to find this thing on here. I thought I had Banana's Hobby site up here. Well, I guess I didn't. Let me put this up here. I might end up doing one though. So we actually talked about that, and I might show off one of those. Let me put let me go to their site, which I did not put up here for some reason. But let me go down here. Yeah, that's the SU-47, I think. Yeah, guys, check out Banana Hobby. They got. Let me try this. SU-47. I'm going to try and find it the quick way. I don't know if that's going to work. Here, let's try this. Yeah, here it is. It's an older model, folks, but they still carry it. I mean, it's an LX. Most of the older LX stuff, you do need to do a little work to it, okay? But it was a cool plane, and I may do one of these for everybody. We'll see, you know. In fact, they got it on sale now. So, I mean, Pete's got a video of it flying, the old Banana Hobby Pete. You know, I think it's up there still. Yeah, it's a cool airplane, folks. And I may end up doing one of those. It's an older model. It flew well, watching Pete fly it. So, you know, we'll, let me see if I can get, oh no, getting lost in the minutia here of this. No, let's go back to the top. Yeah, so this is a nice model, videos, images. And maybe he doesn't have one on there, but anyway, guys, Banana Hobby's got great customer service now and stuff. That's what everybody's telling me, Eric Quinn and all that. So, you know, don't hesitate to get something from them. Like I said, if you get something, go through my link. It really helps out. So, okay, garage doors opening. So, let's see. Let me check something real quick before we get on to the. This was my my speed, my download and upload speed, and this was before I got online. And I'm going to do a quick check to see what we're doing. I haven't had any slowdowns yet in anything, so I'm just kind of curious to see what kind of speed we're getting. I did make one change to my stream, which appears to be maybe helping. I went from 60 frames to 30 frames, okay, and that might be helping with the upload and download speed a little bit or prevent lagging. You really only need 60 frames per second when you're filming high-speed stuff, and we're not doing any retina detaching maneuvers during the live stream here. So based on those numbers I'm looking at there, it looks like it has helped out quite a bit. So maybe 30 frames per second is a good way to go for live streams instead of 60. So anyway, let's see. Arrows Marlin, that's a good training jet. Yes, very good. Good to start with. Arthur RC says he's got to go. Have a good live show. So 51 guys here. I can't complain. I want to thank everyone again for coming and checking it out. Don't miss my last two videos with the awesome F-22. All right, let's see. That's Arthur RC, so check him out. Simon Schumacher. What do you think about the Free Wing Vulcan? I have not seen it. It looks like a nice flying plane. Guys, you're not going to really go wrong getting anything from Motion RC. So I haven't had the Vulcan and flown it. It looks similar to other sport jets out there. It looks like it flies great. It looks like it's fast. So, you know, it's another sport jet out there. So I wouldn't hesitate. I mean, Motion's got good stuff. So, and they back it up. So, Mike, the Marlin Swee, YouTube, your main job. Oh, Simon and Schumacher said, is YouTube your main job? No, it's not. In fact, the reason I don't do as many videos as I used to is because, you know, in the real world, I fly a Boeing jet, so I fly passengers around all over the place. So, for a major U.S. airline, so I'm not going to mention it because they may not want to be part of it. So, but anyway, yeah, I fly a Boeing 757 and 767 for the day job. So when I get on the ground, I try to arrange things ahead of time, and then when I can do these videos, I try and do as many as I can for everybody. So my perspective of RC is from the view of someone who's done modeling their whole life and done RC and RC airplanes and helicopters and stuff, and then flight instructor, you know, pilot for flying full-scale jets, and now still doing RC. So that's kind of my perspective of RC when I talk to you. So I've kind of been there and back a little bit. So nice jet, but not the first jet. Mark Atkins RC. I'm trying to name everybody. Don Henry's here. Yeah, guys, Arrows Marlin. If you guys want to check out a good airplane, I mean, Arrows has tons of stuff, guys. I got links below in my descriptions for everything. So lots of nice jets. Of course, we just did the BAE Hawk that you guys can see here. But the Marlin jet for a beginner EDF is a nice airplane. Yeah, definitely. So I went there to the Bigfoot, and let's see what's happening. So, but yeah, Hobby Zone's another great place to buy stuff from. You know, they are a good company. They're a mom and pop store, but they have a lot of stuff there, folks. So, yeah, I appreciate all that if you guys use my link. So, anyway, they're all below my video, so we'll check that out. So, let's get on to something else. Let's get on to the F-16, folks. And, you know, if Gav Street's watching this, I'm going to tell him to call in at some point if he wants to. So let me see if I can get Gav on here. I was trying to get him actually in a video, but I hadn't figured out that technology yet. So let me see. Let me see. Put Gav in there. Let me see if I can put him on there. Here. Let's see if he'll respond to that. So anyway, we'll try and get him on as a caller because I got to tell you, this is Gav's like favorite airplane. He's like totally pumped about this. And like I said, we just flew these. Shoot, why is this thing messed up here like this? There we go. Again, guys, stocks are limited because of all the container shipping problems and stuff. So if you guys want one of these, back order it because a lot of the containers already spoken for by the time the thing shows in stock here. So I don't think they charge your card or anything. I think Motion RC does, but these guys don't. So, or Horizon doesn't. So, this is the Bind and Fly Basic. But again, folks, today I'm going to be showing you all. Let me do a reload of this thing. Let's see if I can do a reload. There we go. I'm going to be showing you guys the ARF Plus. So you put your own fan in it, and we're going to go with an FMS fan in this deal. So let's see. Here's Gav. Doing the F-16. F-16. Let's see. Can you call in? See if he can call in. This is his, we'll see if we get Gav on here. See if he can get going with this. So we shall see. So anyway, let's get to it, guys. I've talked long enough. I've showed you. We'll talk about some more stuff here at the end, but let's see who we got here. Lots of guys here. 53. Thank you guys for coming. Really appreciate that. Reckham Royce is here. Hey, man.
Hey, what's up, man?
You watching my live show?
Yeah, I was just watching it.
Okay, you're on, man. Can you hear?
What up?
Can you hear yourself?
No, I was watching it on my phone.
Okay, but can you hear yourself now? Can you guys hear Gav? Okay, you should be able to hear him all right. I figured I'd get you in on this a little bit because you can talk to these guys about it. Are you going to be around in a little while?
Yeah, I should be.
You going somewhere? Okay.
No,
well, what do you tell people what you think about the F-16? He and I flew this. Well, I flew it at CEF, and you flew it at the event last week. Yeah. And we flew them together. So, and we're going to have that video out with me and Gav doing high alpha stuff. It was pretty cool. In fact, here, let me do, hang on a sec. Let me go to your, here, I'll do the poor man's thing again. Here, this is my poor man's picture show here. So here, let me kill the website thing here. Hang on one sec. I'll show everybody here. I'll go to the top camera. Here we go. There's a picture of me and Gav. Did your grandmother take that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did.
Yeah, she snapped that with her cell phone. So, you know, there's me and Gav. Gav's got his 80mm F-16, and I've got my Rafale. Notice I'm lower. Let's see. And usually Gavin's scraping his tailpipe on the ground, and I'm usually the one up higher, but this was one of those rare occurrences where I was down low. But anyway, yeah, he had to make me feel good. Yeah, so anyway, but we got a great video coming of me and Gav flying these two planes together, and this is just one of the snapshots. I just haven't had time, folks, to edit the video, but I'll get it out there as quick as I can. But Gav, what do you like about this thing?
Well, it's a pretty sick airplane. Like, it'll go like 120 miles an hour, and it'll slow down to a crawl in high alpha with like its nose high attitude is quite amazing for how heavy it actually is and for what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it almost does it just as good as the 70 millimeter F-16. I think it does, at least.
Yeah, yeah. I've got, were you here earlier, this 80 millimeter I'm going to put in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sticking here. I'm sticking this in there. This is the this is the new their newest one. If I can hold it still. What is it? 36, 65, 2000 kV. You see the size of the motor?
Yeah.
With the cooling louvers. Are you able to see this real time where you're at?
Like, yeah, it's a little delayed, but yeah.
Is it a little lag? Okay. But there's cooling fins down in there on the motor shaft. It's really cool. They're nice and aluminum. But anyway, we're probably going to put this in there. I don't know if I'll do it during the show because it might take up too much time. But anyway, so we'll do all that. But
yeah, we definitely got to compare them.
Yeah, we'll see how it does. Yeah, we'll both fly these together, I'm sure. So, and this is I actually took it out of the box already. It's actually back there because last time I tried to pull this out of the box live, it was a disaster because the box is so long. So, but anyway, I tell you what, I'll let you go just because I need two hands to do all this. And then when I figure out how to get you in a live window, which is what I got to do, I just didn't have time to mess with it. I was hoping to, but I got so busy with stuff. But I'm going to try and get Gav on the window here. Although I can try for a bit if you want to hang on. I can kind of leave this here and see if, you know.
Yeah, I'm down for whatever you want to do, man.
All right, let's try it. We'll leave you on there. Oh, I tell you what, let me call you back in a bit. Let me do it because it might be a little easier this way. And then I'll get back with you. So I'll ring you back in a bit. Let me get it all going, and then we'll talk about it towards the end of it. Okay, is that cool? If you're not around, that's fine. You don't have to hang around. You know, whatever you can do. So.
No, I'm okay, man.
All right. I'll call you in a bit, or call me back towards the end, or whenever you want to. You can chime in. If I'm screwing up something, just chime in, man. Call me, and I'll take the call. So.
All right, man.
All right, man. Talk to you in a bit. All right. See ya.
All right.
All right. Bye. All right, man. That's Gav Street on the horn. Okay, we're going to get to this, folks. We're showing you the F-16 from Horizon Hobby. Lots of videos on the channel already, so I'm going to get to the upper camera real quick just to kind of talk through this with sort of everybody. This is the ARF Plus, folks. So it's not the bind and fly. Okay, so it's got the motor in there with the 12-bladed fan, 80 millimeter. We've got this, we don't have the Smart Avion, remember it's not in there. And then it has 9 Metal Gear servos, doesn't have the receiver, transmitter, or battery, any of that kind of stuff. If you get the bind and fly, it has all those except for the transmitter, battery, and charger. So this is just the airplane with the servos and the gear. So, and we're going to put our own fan in it, you know, if not on this show, this live show, then on the other. So, or on another show, or we may just show it during the flying demo. Easy to fly. We're going to put an AS3X receiver in it and powerful 6S compatible motor. Again, no speed controller. Or I'm going to put my own motor in. That's right. And authentic details. So you got sticker options for this too. And let's see. I'm going to go. Yeah, they got some cool pictures of this. So they usually always have nice box art. The only box art I was not impressed with was the Radian we did last time. So. Yeah, that was could have been better maybe. And there it is. So I'm going to see if I can zoom, see if I can get zoomed in on this. Let's try this. Let's try it this way. Let's try it this way. See if I can get zoomed in for everybody. Yeah, there's all your specs and everything. You can see the size of this thing. All your dimensions and everything. We're looking at 7 to 8 pounds roughly. 57 inches long, 1450 millimeter length, only 1,000 millimeter wingspan, 39 inches wingspan. So, you know, you've got all the details there. And so we'll go into more of this, but I'm going to put a safe receiver in there and all that. And it's got retractable gear, folks. Doesn't have flaps, although you can put flaperons on there, even though flaperons are not really necessary on this. The only time I found flaperons necessary on this plane was just getting off of grass at SEF, and I programmed them in there, but you really don't need them on this thing. So it flies so slow and high alpha. It'll get slow with flaps with a less deck angle, so you know, it really does slow it down a bit, but that's up to you guys. And then here we go. Let's get it on, take a look at it. I have not pulled it out of the box. I've only flown this thing, folks. I haven't actually had to assemble one because the Horizon guys had it assembled. So we're going to put we're going to put one of these in there. So again, I don't know if we'll do it in this show exactly. I'm going to show you all this stuff later. And then here's a speed controller we may use. This is one of those new 120s, okay, from FMS. Really nice Predator ESC. So we may use that. I'm not sure. We may just use 100. I don't know if we're going to. And then I'll be talking about afterburner rings and all that stuff later. But let me get this stuff out of the way. I'm going to move all this kind of down below. In fact, I'm going to use my Ernst organizer to put all this in, which I should have done before. So let me get all this in here. Get this all organized so it's not on the floor totally and I'm stepping on all of it. But let's put that down below. Let's get that out of the way. And let's see how this thing looks. I'll get this FMS fan cover down, put some storage there, and then there we go. Let's get this down on the table so everybody can see it. And there we go. That's what it looks like in the box. And I'm going to grab myself a knife here, and we'll get this open. So you can see the stickers, and I think these are stickers. I don't know if these are actually decals. I think they're actually stickers. So, and then let me switch views here. Show this to everybody from the top how this looks. So yeah, these are pretty cool. And let me see if I can get a full-on better shot of this. I think do I have this panned out? Yeah, that's full pan out. So it's hard to get this baby in the frame. I'll lower my desk a little bit, but that's about it. You can see how nice this looks from a bird's eye view. Get some battery stuff out of there. And let's get this stuff off of here. We're going to take a knife here. Just carefully trim that. Let's see, we'll go there. Let's get this out of here. All right, yeah, let's go. Sticker package. Check that out. So you got all kinds of options. A lot of guys use this B, and I have this on the other one. This one looks like Wild Weasels. That's pretty cool. Those are neat decals. I think I might put that lion one on there. Yeah, well, a lot of guys have this one here. This is another Wild Weasel one. That's a cool decal set. I might put the lion on there. I hadn't decided yet. But anyway, lots of these stickers. Wow, I thought these were decals, but I guess they are stickers. So anyway, we'll put that aside. Let's cut the rest of this off of here. Get the top out of here. Cut there. Put these somewhere else. Yeah, definitely want to cut these away as best you can. We'll pull that off of there. Let's get up top, cut this. Got some spars right here we'll pull out. There we go, ship to the front view there. There we go. 2 spars. I think the wing has, does it have 2 spars in it? One of these might be, no, there's no tail spar in this. I guess there are 2 spars on this. I don't remember because I never put the other one together. Let's see what we got. So yeah, this is really unknown to me, guys. I glance at the instructions. Also, folks, instructions. Again, real important with all the E-flite stuff, if you guys are doing this. It's always important, if you're putting one of these together, to make sure that you go to the Horizon website for the latest instructions. Sometimes, especially with shipping containers, you know, being out on the ocean, sometimes by the time you get this printed manual, there's been updates to it. So if you go to Horizon Hobby and you pull up, for example, here's the either one of the airplanes. If you guys go to Horizon Hobby and go down to where it says support, and there's somewhere here where it says manuals. So if you go down to here where it says manuals here, and you click on manuals and support, okay, that will take you right to, you know, whatever version of the manual you want. And you want to look at this because this is the most current manual. Any updates they do almost immediately, okay, on their website. So A lot of times this thing right here, a lot of times is old. Okay, so check online for the latest version. There could be updates in there, so you know, check that out. And then here we go. Let's go back to the top view. Let me throw this on here real fast. So yeah, Ian Bowen is here. He just tuned in. I'll try and keep up with you guys as I'm doing this. And yeah, this is a cool airplane, but I never got to actually assemble it. So let's see, water slides and then stickers. Yeah, here, let me get back. Let me get rid of the, sorry guys, let me get rid of the screen. And we'll get into everything. So here's a little Horizon Harvey card just for registering your new product. Free cool brand new swag, okay? So I guess if you use this card, you get some swag just for registering your Horizon Hobby product. I don't know if that's just a, I don't know if that's, yeah, there. Thanks for choosing Horizon Hobby. All right, register. So go register your stuff, and then let's get this out of here. Here's some wing panels. We'll pull these out one at a time. It looks nice and clean. This airplane has the nicest lighting package on it I've seen, I think, on an F-16. It just has very nice lens covers, so you guys can see how cool that is. Look at that, and they light up pretty darn good. You can see right here the edge where the light is. Very nice light and lens covers. So single LED, Cree light, super bright, but 2 lenses. So the orientation on this plane, being able to see it and orient yourself to it, even in the dusk, is impressive. And we found that out at CEF when we flew it, because we had to fly it through all kinds of sky debris and other airplanes and stuff, and I was able to see it even in dusk. Even in a tight bank, there's a light on the top of the vertical, so you could see the wings and the vertical, and had good orientation of it the whole time flying it around. So let's go there, grab a couple of missiles out of here. This is a double-decker box, folks, so there's a couple out of there. I'll pull these out. These are some Underwing missiles, which I never saw, okay, because I just had the one to fly with Horizon there when they were at CEF. And here's a drop tank. I think that's a center tank, because there's a lot of missiles and bombs on this. So, and we'll do a kind of an ordnance flight for everybody, like we do with most of these planes. There's a nose cone right here, magnetic, that you just put on. The detail on this is awesome. You know, as you zoom here on this, you'll see right here, there's little, that's probably a temperature sensor probe or some sort of a sensor. Do not paint. So there you go. And it's got a nice, actually it's not rubbery. I thought this was rubbery. It's not. But it's got a nice plastic nose cone area up front and magnets in there. So that's your nose cone. And all I got to do is put that on with magnets and you're good to go. So real nice so far. I'll switch back to the regular view and let's get to some of these things. Let me cut these babies. Let's do this. I'm just cutting the tape on the side. I figured, let me take that side off. Let me get this stuff out of there first. We'll flip it this way. They got lots of padding all throughout. And let's get that cut there. Get that cut. 61 guys watching on a Sunday afternoon. I appreciate you guys coming to watch. So this is a great topic to go over too. I've been really wanting to show everybody this. Everything's all custom cut. You can see nice molded foam box for this thing. Get this thing out of the way. Get that down there. And that's how she blows, guys. There she is in the box. I'll show it to you all in this view first. Real nice. Look, I'll just show that up front. You can see the detail on that, how nice it is. I'll zoom here, switch views here so y'all can see the top of this. This is super nice. The detail on this, the plastic edging. They started doing this on Horizon on most of their planes, where they're using plastic edges around everything, so you're not dinging the corners. Okay, and this is Lexan, so you're not going to ding the edges and screw that all up. It's very expensive to make a lot of plastic parts like this, and Horizon's killing it with this. So even this whole edge is plastic all the way around there, so you're not going to ding the edges of your foam anymore. So if you guys want to know why the price of these airplanes is going up, it's coronavirus, it's supply, but it's also the quality, okay? They're really putting a lot of plastic into this. So foam molds, the larger the airplane gets, the more expensive it is for them to produce it. But when you add a lot of plastic parts to airplanes, which makes it nice with all of these things on there, the more plastic parts, the more expensive the molds are, the higher cost these things get. So, you know, I guess no bucks, no buck Rogers kind of thing, but they're making them great. I mean, the quality, the detail on this stuff, and all these plastic parts, and the fit and finish they're doing on these things is just absolutely awesome. So let me switch back to the top. We're going to get our horizontal stabilizers out. You know, there they are right there. They're all ready to be mounted, and I haven't even put these in yet, but they're ball bearing supported. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but they're real impressive. So there's ball bearings in there already, and it looks like you just put this in with a single screw that locks that in place, like this way or something. I haven't actually done it, so we'll look at it here, and I'm pretty sure that's kind of how it goes. So really nice. These are prepared, ready to go. Ball links are already in place, ready to go. So I'm going to carefully take these, just put these aside over here, and then I'll pull the vertical out, our vertical stabilizer and rudder. And this is super nice. It's going to plug right in with a single connection. Fit and finish is nice. Look at that. Super smooth little pitot tube. Here's the top light I was talking about right there. That's a top vertical stabilizer light. Okay, and that gives you good orientation when you're in a high bank and you're coming like towards yourself. You can see the tail of the airplane, and the wingtips show you the wingtips. So it's really great visibility for this thing. Here's our ventral fins that are covered in plastic. Okay, so they have a plastic, okay, edge along the bottom. I'll get a close-up of that. So you can't ding the corners. Okay, the whole thing is foam except for the corner of it, and then the end piece that's just going to, these are just your adapters or your little latch mechanisms to latch it on, but the tips are plastic. So they're killing it with this stuff, folks. They're making, the quality of this is awesome. So, you know, as the quality goes up, you know, and they add all these nice plastic parts, again, the cost gets up there, but, you know, for what is this, $500-600 or something, you get a lot of airplane for the money. There's your missile painted up real nice. Look at that. The latch on there, all the little decals, all the stickers, all the placards, I should say, on there. Look at that. Check that out. Look at the detail on that thing. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Very impressive. So put that down there. Get one more out of here. We'll get that one out. We'll put that there. Like I said, I never saw the missiles on this on my airplane because like I said, it was handed to me by the Horizon guys. They're like, hey, set this up. Craig Green was like, hey, set this up on your radio and go fly it. I go, you guys got manual? He goes, no, just set it up and go fly it. So I did it, and it worked. So it's kind of that simple. Screw bag, okay, connections. These are probably for your elevators. So put that over there. Some more drop tanks. This is probably a wing tank, I believe. Lots of placarding on it and everything, so pretty slick. Very nice, very nice. I'm going to put that down. We'll get one more out of here. There's missiles and bombs and drop tanks, or sorry, missiles and drop tanks, I should say, galore on this airplane. So there's just tons and tons of missiles. So I'll switch here. A couple more missiles to take out of here. These are, I think these are the wingtip missiles, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, let me go back to the other view. Should have left it there. These are your, I don't want to get this stuck to this tape, so I'm just going to take this tape off and get rid of that. Let me go. Yeah, these are your wingtip. Okay, missiles, and your rails. These are kind of neat because these actually do detach, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so you can fly with missiles, without missiles, and there's plastic under here, okay? So they really did a good job. I'll show you the detail of this as we go with this. So I like flying a plane without missiles because missiles are just a drag, man, you know. But they look good. They look good, but they do slow the plane down a hair. So, you know, there's another one down in here. Wingtip missile and missile rail. Again, real slick the way that comes off there. So I think these were a little weak here. Yeah, they tend to break here sometimes. So, you know, it may need a spar in there or something. But for the most part, nice missile and rail. They are side specific, like I said. So, in fact, I'll show you here. You can see where the plastic is on this edge, okay, and not on this side. See, this is foam here. And I think with mine, they gave me like 2 left ones or something. So again, you can see right here that plastic is only on one side. So this one is actually for the right wing, and the other one's for the left, because you want the plastic on the bottom. So if you scrape a wing when you're landing, you hit the plastic and not the foam on this side. So that's kind of the idea behind that. So, but let's get that back on. Let me put this down over here. There's just a whole ton of missiles here. So, but here we go. Let's pull this out of here. I'm going to flip this around this way, because I think that's the last of the parts here. So let me pull this up and out of here carefully, and let's see, before I throw the box on the ground. I don't think there's any more parts. Yep, I think that's about it. If I have to, I can retrieve this. But let me just, no, I was going to throw it there, but it went by itself. So let's put this kind of down here on the table. And in fact, I'm going to grab my stand over here. This is another really good stand. Let me put this little, this is the Arrows BA Hawk we did videos of. I got Gav flying this too, so I'm going to put that video out here again soon as well. Let me just put that over there for a second. And let me grab this stand because this is a good tabletop stand. I'm going to give them another plug. Made in the USA, folks. Okay, this is the Cruisin' airplane stand. So check it out, cruisin.com. All these stands have different applications. This one's a very shallow, very low to the table type of a stand. So, but check it out, cruisin.com. John Zinn is the guy that makes these things, so made in the USA. So it also doubles as like a CG stand too thing. So, but check these out. These are real nice. And I'm going to put this on here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. See, it cradles the plane nice. Certain airplanes are better with certain stands. Let me raise this up. This will give you a look at this thing. This thing's a beauty, man. This thing, it's got lights all over the darn place. I even lose track of the lights. There's little lights right here. Again, you got your wing lights. There's landing lights in the nose gear, and I'm going to try and light those up for everybody. But this thing is spectacular, man. This is I had so much fun flying this. This was the plane that I flew the most at when we were at CEF, because I just flew the heck out of it. And of course, it was brand new, and you know, I was fortunate enough to be kind of one of the first to get to fly it, you know, at the event for everybody and during the noontime demo. So, but very slick model. I mean, even the cockpit here. Let me see if I can zoom. Let me see if I can get the top view. Here, check this out. I don't know if y'all can see in there, but the cockpit detailing in there is pretty sweet. Even the pilot has stuff on his, you know, he's got patches on his arms. You know, he's got his oxygen thing that doesn't quite go into the ground, but that's okay. He's got a plastic, you can see right there, heads-up display. Okay, like a glass heads-up display. And some nice instruments. They look actually kind of modern. It doesn't look like they took some caca, like, you know, just like decal or sticker from someplace and slapped it on there. It looks very specific to an F-16. In fact, it's just better from this side. I'm trying to get rid of some of the glare for everybody. But yeah, nice detail on there, ejection seat, all that kind of stuff. So very cool. Little cooling hole here, so your inside doesn't bubble as much. And then you've got your pilot that's screwed in there, screwed up, so he won't hopefully fall out of there. So very neat. And again, folks, just like we talked about, nice plastic edging on this thing. I'll try to zoom. Sorry, my camera's wobbling a bit here, but this is the plastic edging that I'm referring to, and how nice of a job they've been doing with this stuff. This plastic edge goes all the way around here and keeps this whole thing. Here's your plastic latch, another plastic part. This plastic edge goes all the way around. And then you've got your Lexan. So you're not going to ding this up. That's the beauty of the way that they're making these things now, is you're not going to ding this whole thing up. So let me get back to my other view here. Try and get into some more detail. Actually, I'm gonna dump the stand for just a second here. See if we can do a little zoom in on this thing, because I can get you guys a little closer detail on this thing if I do it this way. But nice features on this thing. You've got lots of detail on the nose. For example, these are all plastic, these little fins. Not sure what they are. Pitot tubes right up here. These are your magnets, okay, for your nose cone, which I will grab that. And all you have to do is just put that right on there. Pop that in place, and there you go. So that's your, that's how your nose cone goes on there. So, but lots of detail, like your gun. This is all a nice plastic fit piece here. I'm going to zoom a little closer even, and you can see the detail on this thing. I mean, check it out. You've got your little light down here. Again, this lights up really nice. That's your scoop light on one side. So very good orientation. And then, of course, the leading edge. The leading edge extension is what this is, and it's all plastic, so you can't ding it. Early planes had foam along there, and you would always ding in this leading edge. It's an aerodynamic edge that lets the wing kind of, or the airflow blend into the wing better, and you can fly higher angles of attack and that kind of stuff. So that's what that leading edge extension does for you. And then along the top here, Let me see if I can do this without breaking anything. But you can see all this detail all the way along here. And again, the biggest deal on this thing is this plastic. Let me see if I can zoom in a little farther here. This plastic edge right here. It goes all the way around. And the new Focke-Wulf FW190 that we just saw a little while ago, it has this edge all the way around it, okay? So when you put your canopy on and you're fiddling with your batteries and all that kind of stuff, okay, you're not, you know, you got wires hanging over the edge, battery stuff, you're not dinging your edge. So it just, you can't get any better than that. I mean, that's just how nice of an attachment that all is. So, but guys, that costs more money. I mean, in fact, I think the FW190, if I'm not mistaken, was the first Horizon plane where I think the plastic parts to like manufacture the plane exceeded the cost of the foam parts because they use so much of this plastic. So plastic molds are very expensive. That's just what drives the cost up. But you get a stellar model in the end, folks. So there's just, I mean, there's nothing to complain about this. I mean, to build something like this, if you were to build something that's wood or fiberglass, you're into thousands of dollars for something like this. So they do such a nice job. Look at the panel lines on it. And you still can't duplicate the panel line detail. I mean, check that out. There's another, is that a plastic? No, that's a foam part, actually. That's foam, that's molded into the foam. That's not even a plastic piece. I don't even know what that is, but the detail on it is awesome. And you see the panel lines and the decals, the water slides that are on there. But check that out, the fit and finish. There's some cheater holes up top, your rudder mount right there, your vertical stabilizer mount. And really cool. So there's your tail cone. I don't think this has the afterburner. There's an optional afterburner you can put in this thing. Here, let me get to the, sorry about that, folks. There's an optional afterburner ring, which I am going to put one in this. So not the optional one they sell, but I'm going to do a different one. If you guys watch my video from Seth, it had the afterburner ring in it, and like it's a good option. It's definitely a cool thing to get, and in fact, I can light that up. Let me see what we got. Everybody's liking this on the chat log, so let's see. Let me get to. Let me see if I can show that, because that's pretty impressive. Where was my dusk heavy traffic flight? If you guys hadn't seen it, watch this one, because this one's insane. Let me see if I can find it. Where did I put that one? Heavy traffic, no, where's the one? Did I not have that? Let's see, it's here somewhere. Noon demo. Oh, shoot. Oh, here it is. How did I, oh yeah, here it was. Okay, that's why we're not seeing all that, but I don't know if I showed the burner, but yeah, I talk about all this stuff in there. This is, like I said, this is my first opportunity to put this together, so. But yeah, we flew the heck out of this thing. You can see all the lights on the side of it and everything, and how nice all that is. Let me get this thing out of the way. But see that green light on the side? And if you look at the tail of the airplane, you can even see the light from there. This was around dusk. It doesn't really look like it in the video, but you can see all the traffic that we flew around and kind of how crazy we went with this thing. I mean, it was a lot of traffic at Seth, but hey, man, we can fly in a crowd. So let's see. Well, we're getting ready to take off here, I think. Yeah, let's see, we're getting into the roll here. I was looking for a hole to take off in, so, because we needed a spot. You see that afterburner ring? That afterburner is just the stock one that you can buy from Horizon. It's just an option for the plane, and it does very well. So, yeah, no complaints. I don't know if you can see it in this video, but when I get into some, well, you can see the wing lights. You can see the fuselage lights on the side, these side ones. You can see the, you can see these really well, actually. Let me turn this around. Try not to break that. You can see these super nice right here. Okay, they light up the plane. You can see the wings, and you can see the vertical stabilizer and all that stuff. It really lights up the airplane really, really well. And the plane just flew phenomenally. I mean, it's just such a good flying model. So just stock out of the box. You don't need anything crazy in it. I just sort of a slower pass here. And you can see those lights on the fuselage. There's your afterburner ring. Again, that was there was a 3D plane right there, the Extreme Flight. That's why I turned. But you can see the wingtips when I'm in the turn. You can see the vertical in the turn too, the vertical light. So in this turn, you can see 3 points on the airplane that give it some good visibility. And on the underside of the airplane, here's inverted flight there. On the underside of the airplane, you can see the wingtip lights really well and the fuselage lights. So it gives you good, there's just good illumination on this plane for flying it you know, in the dusk. So anyway, yeah, here I am getting into some steep turns actually. This thing in steep turns and flying, see all the lighting? I know the camera's jiggling around a bit, but when you're in a tight turn, you can really see the lights on the airplane well. And again, this was dusk, even though the camera makes it look more like daylight. And it turns very tight. It's a very tight turning model. Very hard to stall this plane out. So, but anyway, here, I'll put that on pause. Let me kill the feed there. Let me see what we got going on with chat stuff. Still 55 guys watching. Are the cables in it for the afterburner rich? Yeah, it's supposed to be. That's what Mike Bird is saying. The afterburner cables are supposed to be in there. So let me see. Let me go to my website. Let me click that off real fast and show everybody. Yeah, it has the afterburner light. I'm pretty sure the cable's already installed for it. At least that's what I read or heard. Or you can unscrew this tail cone too. That's a nice thing. There's supposed to be a lead for it, but here's the thing: you can reach it real nice, easy, because there's a hole right here, and it's easy to get an afterburner up in there. So this is for the vertical stabilizer, and that's what you got here. Is there's a vertical stabilizer connection right there, where you just plug in your vertical and it connects. There's metal threads, if I'm not mistaken, supposedly on this end. Okay, and then your screw goes right through there. So we'll assemble all this and get it going for everybody. So, but nice, the tail cone comes off again. You can put a burner ring in there. So I don't think do they have the aluminum on this? No, the one I had aluminum wrapped around this, so like on the inside, just to kind of make it reflective. But there's a screw right here, and I think there's one on the bottom. Yeah, there's two screws, top and bottom, to take this off. But here's a look at the underside. You can see your tail servos right here, installed with screws to remove them. Here's your horizontal stabilizer plugins with a single screw that goes through the middle to attach that. I think it's a 3mm. Here's your hatch removal right here, 2 screws to get that off. And I don't think, did they put those screws in place? I don't think they did. So we probably, let me see if it'll come off. Oh yeah, there we go. I wasn't sure if they did that or not. So there's your hatch removal, okay, to get your fan in there. And yeah, here's the, yeah, here you go. I'll show you this so y'all can see in there. And there's the answer to your question right there. If you go down in there, there's a single light, and it's hard to read it, but it says something, it says lights on there. So you can see there's your actually, your kind of latched connector to attach an afterburner. So, you know, if you want to put that ring on there, it's ready to go. It's wired up for you, so makes it real easy. Also, you know what's interesting too is it looks like the motor screws right here. The motor screws right here. It looks like there's metal threads in there to put your motor on with probably 3mm metric screws. So, yeah, really pretty slick. And then your lower ventral fins just plug right in here. So that's another great feature, real easy way to put this together. But this is ready to accept your fan and your speed controller. Everything's kind of ready to go in there. Again, I don't know if we're going to go into that today because it's might be a little involved to do that. But anyway, this is ready to go. The screws come with it to put your hatch on. There we go, and that's it. Yeah, really nice setup this thing has. More cheater holes along both sides. Okay, to get more air in. So you got air coming in here. You got air coming in through the underside. And you got air coming in through these little louver ducts. So there's plenty of air coming into this thing, and of course through your intake there. So, you know, lots of room. I do want to get the gear down on this because it's impressive, and I've got to power this up to do that, but you can see how clean the underside of this airplane is. I'm going to zoom in on this. So, you know, here's your main doors right here for your gear. There's your nose door with lights. Very cool light package on the front of this. Again, your 2 fuselage lights here and here that light up real well. I think I can light them up, guys, for everybody with the supplied or with my servo tester. So, and then you've got intake air here too, which, like the Sukhoi, the Su-30, air comes in there. It goes over your battery. Okay, so it comes in through the underside, goes up through here into your battery compartment, and then your battery has ventilation to go through. So your battery gets constant airflow, you know, over it. So they really thought this out nicely. Nice latch, of course. Okay, and your wires are ready to go as usual, as per, you know, Horizon. So I usually am doing the bind and flies, but this one clearly, you know, it's not a bind and fly, but that's okay. We'll make it work. We'll, again, I don't know if we'll go to all the assembly of it. And then right here, you got your Velcro. So you can pull your Velcro off here, okay? They've got it ready to go to attach to your battery. You know, you got 3 straps. I wonder where they got the idea for 3 straps. So anyway, I always put 3 or more or whatever, but yeah, Horizon's really listening to everybody, and they're kind of making the planes better because now you have a long battery. You can fly this with a 7,000 pack. I think it's a bit much for it, but it'll carry a 7,000 pack. So 5, 55, 6, whatever you got. This plane will carry it, you know, surprisingly enough. So, but that is it for the fuselage. Let me stick that back over here real fast. Let me put that, I think that's about it. Oh, the wing connectors, that's something else I want to talk about. These are nice, okay? These are all metal, folks. You can see the metal threads in the holes right there. And, sorry, this way, all metal. In fact, let me go to the, let me see if I can show, yeah, let's do that. That one's a little bit, no, actually it is better that way, isn't it? You guys can see it better that way. And then you got your 2, is it 2 wing spars? I could have sworn this thing only had 1. Maybe I've been flying mine with 1 all this time. But anyway, but you've got 1 here, and you've got this one, and you've got your metal threads here, 2 spars, and then you have the connector. So all you got to do is slide your wing onto this thing, and you know it's fully assembled. So your wing goes on with 4 screws. Okay, your vertical goes on with 2 screws. We're going to get all this together, and then your horizontals go on with 2 screws also. You put your rods on there. And, I mean, you're like about done. Then you just slide your missiles on and off if you want them, and that's it. So there's like no building to this. It's just, it's like some general assembly. So it's impressive, folks. Very, very impressive. I'm going to put the fuse down. The details on this are awesome. I'm so glad that they put the majority of the standard stickers and decals on it. And then you customize and choose, you know, which of the cool stickers you want to put on, which squadron and stuff. And then, of course, I bet Cali Graphics probably's got all kinds of I haven't even looked, but they probably have all sorts of, you know, sticker packages and things that you can get on this. So, for this, so you can make it probably any squadron you want. So let me put this down real fast behind me, pull this off of here, this cone, and yeah, man, this thing's got a lot of missiles, a lot of bombs. Let me put that back there. This is the vertical. Talk about this a little bit. This is nice. And this is, notice it's blank to put your stickers on, we just talked about. But look at the detail on there. You can see the panel lines and everything on there, how nice everything is. This front section, is that plastic or is that, no, that's still, is that a, yeah, no, that is no, that is foam on there. So be careful with that, don't ding it. And then you've got a little probe back here that is plastic, okay? They put it, let me show this side of it. That's ready to go there. So you can see how that's just attached on there. And then on the top, another plastic fitting, and there's your light. This is an outstanding position light. I don't know if this is indigenous to the F-16. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But for flying RC, man, it really makes the plane easy to see when you're in a turn. Holy smoke. So in the dusk, it's good for that. Your servo's mounted here. Again, a box you can remove. Remove the servo if you have to. And, you know, just nice and nice servo there. I don't want to ding that too much. It's usually not good to do that to servos that much, but I'm just demonstrating it to you. So, and then these are plastic, folks. These fittings right here are all plastic. A single screw goes through each one, and then there's your connection. Just like we looked at the fuselage, this baby will plug right in. So anyway, I really want to thank everybody again for coming to this thing. 63 guys watching on a Sunday afternoon is pretty awesome. So I want to thank everyone, you know, really for coming. So, but nice. We'll get this all together here shortly. Let me just put that up. I'm going to go over a wing panel here. And yeah, this is sweet. And I'm going to use the picture to kind of talk about this a little bit. But yeah, here's your detail on this thing. And you can see how nice the detail is on that. Look at that. The no-step stickers, the panel lines. Again, your wing lights top and bottom. Ailerons. Ailerons are a submerged style on this. So, you know, they, just like here, they move around a center point, so they're very nicely hinged. You can set this up for flaperons, even though you don't need it. You know, the plane flies great without it. It does help get off some grass, but very nice plastic fittings here and here. So you can see they're very tough. You got your 2 spar holes, one here and the other one right up here, and your right here, your single point connection there. And that'll wire up your aileron and your wingtip lights. So, you know, real cool, real nice all the way around. So, again, folks, oh, here's where your wingtip missile goes on. So, actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show this to you because it's kind of easier to show it to you this way. Let's see what we got. I'm not even sure which ones go on where completely, but let's see. This is your left wing, so it's going to be this other one because you want the plastic part. Yeah, you want the plastic part on the bottom. So this is kind of how easy this all is to assemble. I'm just going to throw this on here. Slide that back. There we go with that. And then as I'm looking at the box, because I'm not sure which ones actually go on which side, I don't know if there's a left or right side specific. I'm really not sure how that works. I don't think so, but here's what I'm going to do. I think they go biggest to smallest, sort of outboard to inboard. So we'll put those on. Let me back this up a little bit. And then I think we have one of these, because there's no dihedral in this wing, so I don't think there's any. I could be mistaken, so you guys can shout out at me if I'm saying something wrong here. So, but let me go, let me just kind of click on, I'm clicking on my screen down there so I know what's happening. And then a drop tank, which I think these are the 2 wing drop tanks. One's inside, one's out. Again, I'm not sure. I don't think they're side specific. So you guys shout at me if you're seeing anything different. So let's see. All right, I'm looking at a couple of the talking points, or I'm looking at some of the texting. AS is here, whoever that is. Bruce Beamer's in the house. So the price of gas is more than the hotel. We had to draw a line on the $600 to $700 plus trip when I can make overtime and pay for the new jet. Yeah, that's right. It's true. Stuff's expensive, guys. We'll take, let's just say last time around some people chose poorly. Let's say in the last election. So, but anyway, there you go, guys. That is how nice. Let's see, Ian Bowen saying, nice to see the glued sections are paint-free. Oh, is that for a different plane? You guys are probably talking about some stuff. Yeah. 64 viewers here. But there's your wing, guys, and all the ordnance. Look at that. I mean, I'm ready to invade, you know, I'm ready to invade South Florida with all that ordnance on there, so check that out. And the fuselage, I believe, has a center tank, if I'm not mistaken, so lots of ordnance on this. But you can see how easy this is to put on and off. I mean, it's just, you know, again, Horizon's killing it with their, you know, kind of ease of assembly of all this stuff. It's pretty impressive. So I'm trying to put my chat log up so I can watch you guys kind of as I'm doing this. In fact, you know what, let me scroll over here real fast. Still got good settings on this and everything. So now I can see y'all's chat log while I'm doing this. So EQRC is here. EQ, Eric Quinn, guys. Check out his channel. Eric's constantly putting videos out, so check him out. And let's see, Noons Airborne RC is here. Guy is here. Let's see. Again, Guy Caputo from Flying Tiger RC. Will look nice sitting next to my 70mm F-16 Stinger, yeah. Let's see. What size EDF do you recommend? This is an 80mm, folks. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the missiles off. Now that you guys have seen one wing, slide these forward and just take them off. Let me slide one at a time. And we'll get these all back on after the fact, after we set this up. But I just wanted to show you all that. Let me slide this off. And again, here's your missiles on your wingtips, which is cool. Because if you want to fly this Thunderbird style, which I'm surprised they haven't made a Thunderbirds version of this, you can just snap off. Okay, just slide off your missile and leave the rail on there. And then if you want the rail off, you take your rail off. So these can all come off for transport. And if you want to fly it in clean, you know, Thunderbirds configuration, you know, without any ordnance on there, you know, which I like to do. That's kind of how I usually fly, is without all the ordnance, without the drag, so I get more flight time, more performance out of it. So, but man, the scale detail they went to with this, holy smokes, folks! They really went to town on this. I'm real impressed. So one issue we did find flying this airplane is that there's plastic missiles, fins, I should say. And Horizon, I think, probably knows this at this point. But you have plastic fins here, a foam missile, plastic missiles here, and then right at this seam right here, it's actually a little weak there. You can see. And these can tend to kind of break off right there. In fact, I broke mine off in flight. Actually, just pulling G's, I had one come off. But if it angles up or down, it can actually bank the airplane. So be careful with that. They probably need a spar in here. And who knows, maybe they have put one in here. I'm not 100% sure if they've done that yet. But keep in mind, it can break right at that seam. That's just sort of one kind of little weak part of the airplane. Again, nothing's perfect. But so keep that in mind. If it does break right there, foam tack it back on. You know, you'll be good to go. So, or run a spar through the middle of it. That's all. So, all right, we'll get the ordnance over there. And then last parts really to show you, or last thing to show you really other than the center tank is just this. This is the stabilizer, the tail, the horizontal stabilizer, stabilator. And it's impressive, nice detail on it. And the underside, nice big plastic doubler here. So that's gonna hold the tail secure. You got a nice aluminum shaft, and of course, you've got this thing all ball bearing supported. So, and a single screw to hold it in with a notch here. So the notch is not gonna, you know, you're not gonna have anything slip with a big notch like that. Ball link's already attached. So, you know, very little figuring to do. Spars going through this whole thing, and I probably didn't mention it, but you know, there's spar slots and tons of spar in this wing. So, and there's two spars in this. So let's get it all together. See if anybody's got questions. Let's see what we got. Pete Rossi is here. Now it's a Biden version here, right? So, yeah, things are expensive. We definitely voted the wrong way last time, despite the shenanigans going on. Let's see. What do we got? Giuseppe Corigliano. I'm not saying that right. Corigliano, I guess. The missile knows where it is. Yeah, okay. Ian Bowen says, sorry, Rich, thought there was some gluing on this jet. Yeah, there's no gluing at all. Yeah, I thought you guys maybe were talking about something else. There's no gluing on this thing, so unless you break something. So let's see. What do we got? Come on, Biden, when are you going to address the massive inflation? Yeah, they're not, guys. They're driving it through the roof intentionally. All the chaos you're seeing, it's intentional. Let's see. How about this way? Was anybody used a 1920 kV in her yet? No, not yet. I don't think. I don't know. Yeah, he's sorting it with this mass spending plan. That's Mike Bird. Yeah, we're getting into politics now. That's interesting. We've shifted gears. So maybe I shouldn't have said anything. But yeah, definitely a lot of people chose poorly last time around. So, and we're paying the price now. So, but we'll see. All right, guys, let's get this thing together. It's time to go. It's time to get it all together here. We're going to get her on the table. And let's see. Let me go to the instructions here, folks. I don't know. I haven't even looked at these things, but let's go. I'm just going to throw this up here. Let me shrink the window a bit because it is a little bit big. I don't really need all this on here. So let me see if I can get. Oh, no. Here we go. I'm going to shrink the window a bit. Let's see if I can get this down a bit. And then let me go to the correct page here real fast. Oh, sorry, I just made that large. Give me 2 seconds here. And then I'll scroll it back down. All right, and there's our manual, folks. So let me see. Yeah, we got the whole thing on there. So, you know, if you scroll, I'm just scrolling on my screen down here, so you guys we can see the whole thing on there. So again, guys, the most current version of your manual, okay, you're going to find online at Horizon Hobby. Just go to the product page, go through my link, and then this will give you the most current manual. So if you're on the product page, down below it says manual and where to go to and all that stuff. So this is where everything is. Again, here's all the parts, as you can see right over here, that we just talked about. Real easy assembly. So I think what we'll do is we'll get it together. Oops, I just shrunk that window, didn't I? I did not plan to do that. Well, there you go, guys. Touchscreen computer. That's what can happen sometimes. Let me scroll this down a little bit more. There we go. All right. We're in full zoom there. Let's see what we're supposed to do first. Again, here's your paint options or your decal options, sticker options on there. Let's see. We're going to go on down. Wild Weasel. The Wild Weasel one is probably, that one and the B probably are the cooler ones. So I'm going to see if I can get something, maybe I get something different with something with like a skull on it. I like the tiger one, but you kind of can't see the tiger in there all that great. So here, let me see. Let's scroll. All right, what do they say to do first? Put the tails on there first? I guess that probably makes Probably about the most sense, right? So we'll go ahead and we'll get the tail on there. Let's flip this around. And we'll slap this together, hopefully without dropping this thing. Oh, shoot. All right, here we go. Let's get our tails on here. Let's do one at a time. These just slide right in. They should slide right in. Again, I've never assembled one of these, folks, so I'm just sort of winging it with you guys here. So we'll do one at a time. Yeah, these just slide in. Actually, I might be able to just stick both of these in here. Let's see, where's that hole at? Right there. See if I can do that without looking at it. Well, let's just get one on at a time. Let's do that. I'm going to grab the screw bag here. And I'm going to go to a top view while we get this together so we can kind of see it a little bit better. But let me go down to the, switch my camera view here. And I'll flip this around. There's a screw bag here. And I'm going to take my Ernst organizer here. Ernst has some of the nicest organizers around. So I'm going to, this is a little overkill, but I'm going to put them all in here. In fact, do I have my magnetic one? No, I don't think I got it around, but I'll use this one. I usually save all my bags and stuff. Here, let's get all these screws out. Put them in different slots there. Got all the screws out of there. Here, let's see. Let's get, close down that window. Open this up. Let me get the chat log. Hang on, let me go to my chat deal here. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to manipulate my screen a little bit so I can see everybody's chatting up there. All right, here we go. Trying to name out names of guys that, here, Gregory H is here. Dear E-flite, how about stepping up and building a twin 90mm F-14? I have already mentioned that to them. Maybe not a twin 90, but an F-14. So I think, man, if we had an F-14, because the Motion RC F-14 is really cool, but you have to do a lot to it to get it right, you know. But it's definitely worth it. I love F-14s. But it would be cool if Horizon did a Tomcat. They really should. And put like a darn, like a 9-channel receiver in it or something, you know, where, you know, we can make it do all the things it's supposed to do. You know, don't make it a simple thing with 6 channels where it's limited. You know, make it a full-featured Tomcat is what I'd like to see. So, all right, these are your tail fins. We're going to get these on. Let me just stick them both on here. So I think we can do it from this angle for everybody without being too crazy here. Let's get these on. Let's see if this one wasn't going on that well, was it? Oh, I think it's just a tight fit. Yeah, this is awesome, folks. Check this out. This is a very nice fit. Some of the things you want to check when you're doing this, because sometimes there can be, you know, mistakes made at the factory, but as far as this goes, there is not, okay? But let me zoom a little bit to show y'all what I'm referring to. Make sure when you put your tails on, you've got adequate clearance here, okay, and right here, okay? You should have a parallel gap between the two of those. So let's see, I put something fluorescent behind it, for example. You should have an equal gap, okay, there. Because if you're scraping on the front edge of this, or you're scraping on the back edge, okay, you can have a stabilizer get jammed, okay? And that could be a manufacturing defect, but not, obviously not with this. This is done perfectly. Make sure you have a parallel line between there where you've got nice movement in here. And even when you tighten your screw, you may want to back it out a little bit, but just make sure that these are clear and they're moving. Same thing with this side. You want to make sure that there's a parallel gap between there and you're not scraping the leading edge portion here or the trailing edge portion of it here. And that will keep your elevator. Make sure your elevator is not binding on anything because that will end your day, okay? So just keep an eye on that. I mean, I'm just looking ahead, guys, staying ahead of the plane here. That you can, it's possible to have manufacturing defects. This clearly doesn't have it, so, but you just want to, you know, check that out. Make sure that's, those are all parallel, that gap in there. So that's what I'm looking for when I'm putting, you know, stabilizers and stuff, you know, together. So in fact, give me 1 sec, guys. I'm going to open this window up for a second, and I'm going to move a window here all the way across here. Hang on, because just give me a second. I'm just reconfiguring my window here. And let me go back down to it because I'm trying to keep this in frame sort of as I'm doing this. Let me look at something. Let me go back to where that elevator was at. All right, here we go. It was right about there. Yeah, there it is. Let me open this up a little bit. I think I can make that window just a little bigger. And we'll see. Let me move this over. Slide that window over. Hang on a second. It's not letting me do it. Oh, there we go. There we go. So it shows that picture right there. I'm trying to go wide on this thing. Give me 1 second. I'm going to make another adjustment. I wish I could get rid of that. Oh, here, let me just go down in size, I guess. Let's try that. All right, here we go. There we go. Now I can see the entire thing, so that's good. So we're going to put those on, and the screws that they're saying to use are an 80. Which one are these? These are 2mm hex driver. It's not really showing me what I'm trying to see here. Let me open this up a bit. I'm going to make this window a little bigger. All right, there we go. That opens it up a bit. I don't need that there. Hang on a second, guys. Trying to see. Now I'm going to have to slide this over. Sorry about that, folks. I'm talking to you here, but I'm trying to configure my... what is the size of that screw? A. Well, it's not really... Oh, 3 by 10mm. That's all it is. Sorry about that, folks. I just couldn't read that darn thing there. So let me shrink this a bit for everybody. Shrink that over. So it's a 3 by 10, which should be... I don't know if it's these black ones or if it's these. This looks like this is about 10 right here. These are small. So kind of get the gist of that. I'll use these silvery ones. There looks like there's some black ones too, but those might be for the wings. And then let's grab a 2mm driver right here. Grab that thing and make sure we got that correct. There we go. So normally I'll just put screws on the end of my driver like that. And this is so simple to put on. Actually, this is kind of nice. You want to make sure these hole slots line up. So I'm going to pop this in place. I'm going to take this and put it in. Super, super simple to get this on. Really nice. Trying to do this so y'all can see it. Sometimes it's kind of hard to do. Okay, but as I'm tightening this thing, okay, I'm going to be looking for this thing to engage, okay, that little notch right there. It's got to go in that notch. So seat it all the way in. Tighten this up as best you can, okay, until it engages. And you'll feel it engage. It should engage. And you should get to a point where you can't pull your elevator anymore. It's still loose. It's not totally tight. And here's where, if you've got some gap issue here or here, what you can do is pull this out, okay? And I'll try to zoom. Let me see if I can get on that. If you have an issue, you can push it in and pull it out. See how it goes in and out? Just a hair. So if you have any gap issues with this scraping at all, get it locked in where it's into that notch and then pull your elevator out a little bit and then tighten this. And that way you'll get the most gap here you can get and you don't have to worry about scraping. Okay, so that's one way if you have an issue with your gap here, okay, that you can, again, pull it out just a little bit. It's still on the edge of that thing, and that's nice and tight. And then, because you're going to have some movement kind of this way, this thing is going to twist a little bit. The ball bearings are not perfect, so you're going to have a little movement in this direction. So you want to make sure nothing's scraping here on the leading edge here, nothing's scraping here, and that's it. We should be good to go. And then we're going to put our rod, our horn, our linkage. Let me see how that looks. It looks like we're using, and this is kind of critical probably, is that middle hole, or that next to the outer hole. We'll start there for now. Probably when we do high alpha stuff later, we're probably going to want it on the outside. So we'll, but you know, you play with that as you know, kind of get used to this plane. And I don't know where my other one was set because they kind of gave it to me that way. So anyway, so we're going to grab a rod out of the box. We're going to pop this thing in place, probably I think from the outside. Let's see. And we'll do that for now. So you get into high alpha stuff, you know, you can go into that later. But where's that hole at? Let's see if I can get that to go in there. If you're having a hard time getting it in, you may have to round the hole out a bit, but you really don't want to round it out too much. And in fact, you want it to be pretty tight on there because it's going to loosen up. So I'm going to take this. If I ever have a problem, just going to sand with some sanding bar. All I'm doing is rounding the edge of this thing, okay? Because I want it to slide in better. Sometimes there's a burr on the edge of the metal, okay? So sometimes you do that. I really don't want to make the hole rounder on that horn because I want this to fit into it pretty tight. because if you make the hole too round, then you're just making play for yourself in the system, and that's not something you want. So let's see if I can get that to fit in there tight. Yeah, it's going in there. And that's what you want, is a tight, tight fit. So push it in there. And let me see if I can zoom on that a little better for everybody. Let me move this to the, there we go. That's good right there. All right, so you see the technique there. Again, don't round that hole out too much. You know, let this thing go all the way in, push it, let it go around that bend, and you can see that this is tight. Your rod is staying like that. You want that, because it's going to loosen up after time. So you don't want to start off with the thing, you know, you don't want to start off with it being loose. So, and then we'll just pop this into place. That'll be our starting point. If you need some pliers for that, do that. Some Allen link or ball link pliers. And there you go. So that's nice and tight. Now already, you know, just moving this thing, this is pretty tight. There's really not a lot of play in there. There's going to be some, and it'll loosen up after time, but there's very, very, very little there. So same thing with this side. Let me get this in place. I'm aiming for the second hole, and I can't see it without my glasses. So let me get those on. Let's get that from the outside here. See if I can get that in place. I don't know if that's going to go on. Sometimes you need to sand them, sometimes you don't. Actually, this one's going in okay. I'm just wiggling it, getting it in there. Again, you want that to go in there pretty tight. And get that corner to go right around there. Just turn it around the corner. Again, tight fit. Tight fit is what you want. You don't want it to be too loose. And then we'll snap that on there. So let's pop that in place. Actually, you know what? Let me tighten this down first before I do that. That's one thing I forgot to do. Let me grab the screw for that, which I put down here. Sorry. Looking at the back of my head there. Again, just going to put that on there. Stick that in the slot. We'll start tightening that. Again, get it in there so, once again, it engages that detent, that slot in the shaft. Not all the way. You don't want to tighten it all the way. And then now, pull it in and out, and you can see it's locked in there. Now you know it's locked. Again, you have any clearance issues here, okay, right along here or right along here. You can pull this to its outermost point if you have to, and that will give you more gap there so you have less likely a chance to bind. So you can keep it tight if you want. You can push this thing all the way in, but generally there's some rotational play in this fin this way. It moves forward and back. So when you move it this way, it can scrape the front. You pull this kind of down this way. This will move a little bit like this. So give it plenty of play, give it plenty of room in there so you're not snagging an elevator. Again, if you have an elevator snag and lock up, your plane's probably going in. So, all right, so let's get this. Let me double check where this is at. And we'll play with this later. I'm going to snap this in place. Let me see, I can't get that to go on there. All right, so if that's a problem, if you're having a hard time with your fingers, get yourself some pliers. This is what you want to have. If you don't have these, get a pair, ball link pliers. It's kind of the only way to go when it comes to ball link. So it's for taking them on and taking them off. So I'm going to pop this in place. Snap that on there. You sight it from here. That prevents you from dinging up your ball link, so don't use screwdrivers and stuff if you can avoid it. If that's all you got, use it, but, you know, ball link pliers, baby. It's the only way to fly. All right, let's see what we got. So that's it for the tail, folks. See how nice that goes on there? Very cool, very simple, easy design, all ready to go. And that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it this way, and we're going to get our vertical in place here. So let me switch my camera view back again. Got your vertical fin on here. And let me get back to let me look at the screen here, because I think we'll do the vertical next and then the wings last. So let's go here. Actually, it has us doing the wings next. But you know what, we'll do that last. We're going to do the wings last. I just don't want to do the wings right away because it just makes the plane a little bigger. Let's get the tail first. We're going to go to here. Let's see what we got. And that just fits right on. No wiring required. So let me get my hobby knife here, which is right here. Let me grab the vertical surface here, which is over here. There we go. And there we go. So what I'm going to do is just take a look at these connectors, which they look pretty good here. And since I'm going to install this and probably not take it off, I'm going to zoom in a little on this thing here. Y'all can see how I do this thing. Let's see if we can get in on that. So I'm going to very carefully just use my hobby knife, and I can usually do this better, and I'm not doing this on camera, but I'm going to take these tabs one at a time, push down just a little bit, just to make the connection a little tighter. That's all, not much. You guys have seen my videos before. See me do that. Pushing those tabs in just makes the connection a little tighter. So this one looks like it's sticking out a little bit, so I'm going to, or sticking in a little bit, so I'm just going to push it forward a little bit, if I can. A lot of times those are locked in and you can't do much with it, but anyway, I'm just checking my connections. Rudder's not critical. If your rudder stops moving, generally you can still fly the plane just fine. Mostly it's your ailerons, elevators, all that stuff that are usually a problem. So we got this in place. All we have to do, and I'm going to forego the afterburner obviously because I don't have the ring for it, but we're going to just install this thing. Just put it right in place. How easy this thing is. Let's see. Very careful not to mess up, okay, the front here, because this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is not plastic, okay? This is foam, so you could ding that up. So just make sure that when you push this down in there, very carefully, just get that to go in there probably first, I'm guessing. So if we can get that to go in, start sliding the whole thing down sort of together. Let's see how well it's going to go in there. I'm trying not to get my head in the way, sorry about that. And let's see if we can get that to slide in place without anything being in the way. Actually, let me pull this out. Make sure there's nothing binding. No, I don't think it is. Let's get this down in there. Once again, just take your time fitting it. There's no rush. It's not a contest or anything. So yeah, get that in there. So yeah, see, get that front end in there nicely. You know, hopefully my head was not in the way of that. And then just get the whole thing to seat down. That locks in beautifully. Look at that. Look how nice that is. That just fits right on in there. So, and your metal threads are on this side. So what we're going to end up doing is putting our screws through the other side. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to close this window and flip this around. So let's go this way and see if I can actually pull it off this way. I may not be able to, but we're going to try. So let's get this over here. Slide it. Oh no, almost dropped it. Let's slide it this way as best I can. And we'll just rotate it this way. And you can see there's actually beveled holes right here and here. And this is calling for some longer screws. These are like 26 millimeters. So I'm just going to pull out my, and there's only a couple different size screws. So it might be these, it might be these. I'm actually not sure which one it is. So it says, what does it say? 26 millimeters. So let's see which one these are. So they're the longer ones, the 26s. So the little ones are like 15 or 18. So use the longest screws in there. There's actually only 2 of them, so actually that's kind of the giveaway. So we'll just put those in. Kind of do this without dinging anything. Get those in place. There we go. Slide those in. And then just tighten them up. That's it. So your electrical connection for your rudder is made already. So, and tighten these up. Just don't tighten them too much. There's not any major stress on this thing. And the beauty is these are countersunk, man. These are so nice. They are killing it with these things. So nice bevel head, 2 millimeter metric screws. Actually 3 millimeter screws with a 2 millimeter socket is what it is. So, or a 2 millimeter hex drive. So we tighten that up and there it is. So there's your 2 millimeter right there. And that's it. So beauty of this is these are countersunk. These are flush mounted. They don't stick out. So top-notch stuff here, folks. You can see right there. Here's your countersunk screws in there. Nice and flush. There's the forward one. Again, flush mounted with the fuselage. So super nice. Flip it to the other side. Might stick out just a hair. That's okay, and that's all you need. You start tightening it any more, you'll start crushing the foam between the plastic, so you don't really need to do that. So, but that's it, guys. You got your tail in place. We'll switch views here so y'all can see that and how nice the tail of that looks. So it's starting to grow up, starting to get to be big, and you can see it's a nice size airplane. So let's get that down there. Let me look at my chat log here real fast. And let's see what we got. Actually, I'm going to zoom real fast. I'm going to look at my screen real quick and see if I can get y'all on here. I'm going to go back to I'm going to take my live, and I'm going to slide that over a bit, folks. Just put it in a different window so I can see y'all's chatting and stuff. So, yeah, I got that in there. Now it's a little better. I can see the chat log and just manipulating my screen there a little bit. So, still 50 guys watching again. I want to thank everybody for coming. This is cool. Anybody else new in there? Gregory Lee is there. Or Gregory H. Sorry about that. Guy is still in the house. What else we got? Okay, guys are still here. So let's get this thing, let's get the rest of this thing together. The rest of this should be fairly simple. I mean, the whole thing is simple. So they've done about the nicest job you could probably do with something like this. Let's get your spars on. We're going to take both of these. There's a main wing. I just dropped it. All right, at least we didn't lose connection, right? Main spar right in here. Okay, short spar or longer spar. So you got two wing spars, one really long, thinner, one shorter and fatter. And I'm going to do probably the same thing with this. Let me get my glasses on. Let's see what we got here, folks. I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see. I'm going to change my camera angle. Once again, I'm going to do the same thing to this, if y'all can see that. Let me zoom in a bit. Just going to tighten up my connectors a little bit. If you have a connector like this, again, and you connect this to your wing and you're having an intermittent aileron or something, it could just be these connections. So you don't want to break these, but very carefully, I just tighten mine up a little bit. Just push that tab in just a little bit, and that'll tend to tighten your connection a little bit. So basically all you're doing is, you know, taking that connection, which is like this, and, you know, as the pin, and here's my example here, as the pin goes in, it can be kind of loose. So by pushing one tab down, you're tightening it a bit. Now when you push your pin in, you got a nice tight connection. That's all I'm doing, is just tightening that metal connection. On the female end, hate to be graphic, but that's kind of how you explained it. It's pretty simple. And you always have a better contact, you know, if you do it that way. So we'll take this wing, and we will slide this one on. We'll do this one from here. So I'm just going to line up my first one with the rear spar. See if that'll go in. Get the front spar in place, and this is liquid smooth. And here's where you want to be careful. You don't ding up your fuselage. Okay, because right here, let me slide this way. I have not put this together before, but this is just something I'm noticing that you all can check out right here. You want to be careful that you are not trashing, you know, your wing here, because you've got, well, with me not dropping this thing all over the place. As you put this thing in place, okay, this is a plastic piece right here. This is foam, so you can kind of tear this up. So you want to kind of push backwards on this wing a little bit, so this clears here real well, and you're not tearing up anything. These should fit in the slots well. Your receivers right here, your threaded pins should slide right in there, but you want to get this past here first without really trashing the thing. So slide it on. It's a nice tight fit. So not an issue. Real simple. So we're going to back this off a little bit, and we'll get the other wing on. Grab that. And let me do the same thing to this real quick. I'm just going to tighten this up a bit. Let me go here so maybe y'all can see it a little better. See if I can zoom in. Apologize if I ever get my head in the way. I'm not really meaning to do that, but sometimes it happens. So pushing on this. It's usually much more steady doing this when I'm not doing this on camera. Okay, so it's harder for me to do it on camera, especially with reading glasses on. I usually do this without reading glasses because my vision up close is razor sharp without reading glasses. But when I got glasses on, it ain't so good. So, or it's mediocre. So, but I'm doing this with camera so you guys can see me, and I hate wearing glasses. So, you know, hey, that's how it is. So we're going to slide this on, line this up again. Beautiful fit, nice and smooth, okay? Not loose, but nice and smooth. Again, making sure this edge right here clears. Push your wing back a little bit, okay, to make it clear. If you have to, you could even round this a bit, but I don't think you need to do that. So we're going to push it back. Just make sure it clears the foam because it'll tear this foam up. It's a plastic piece. Just make sure it slides on, and there we go. That's that is it. Wings are on. So now we got to just screw them in place. I'm going to flip the whole airplane upside down as I'm going to do this here. Let me see if I can back off. The zoom is good, so we're going to get this. I'm going to get the rudder. You got to be careful. Here's where you usually ding your rudder. Okay, and let me try. Actually, let me go this way with it. Let's go, rudder. Oh, almost dropped it. Yep, that happens. That's my cruising stand there, or my stand there. I probably ought to use a different stand for this, but that's okay. All right, we almost lost it, but we're good. Let's see. Actually, here's where I probably need a slightly different stand, but that's okay. I don't have that one ready just yet. I really need an Ernst stand right now. But let's see, I got 100 of them laying around. In fact, let me try to, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do that. Let me switch over to an Ernst stand because this is like wobbling here. And I don't want to ding this up because this area can get kind of caught on this stand. That's why I say sometimes depends on the stand that you have. You know, you want to use sort of the right one for what you're doing. Let's see if the larger Ernst stand will do the job. Put that back over there. All right, guys, let me get this one over here. We're going to switch stands here. See if that'll be a little better. Yeah, we're losing some foam. All right, hitting my camera. All right, that's facing the wrong way now. Let me put that one over there. We're almost done with this baby. So let's get this here. There we go. Let's see if this will do better. I don't even know if this will, but I think it'll do better. Let's see if I can at least get, yeah, let's do it that way. Perfect. That's the stand I needed for this. All right. So, and that even keeps the stand off of the table. So, and I'm not dinging the flaps or anything. So yeah, this is pretty much perfect for that. So, except for the fact that my upper camera just got whacked by my head. But let's see, we'll get this into place here so everybody can get the gist of that. Let me pull up the instructions here real fast. Let's see. Let's do this. Pull that up real quick. We'll get right to our, there we go. Let's see what we got going here with this. Let me go back to the wings real fast and see that this calls for I'm just trying to see the wing, the screw size, not that it's like that critical of a thing, but I can't read it from where I'm at. It's not showing me what's going on. So these are 20 millimeters. So that's the next largest size screw, basically, is what that is. So I'll slide this over here. No. What the heck just happened? Oh, that was my camera moved. All right, the friction thing is gone. Now let me tighten it up. Give me 1 second here. Where's that thing at? There we go. Tighten that up. My friction mount just kind of gave way. It's all right, we'll get it. We got it. It's under control. There's nothing to see here. All right, there we go. That is it. So let's close that up. It's calling for 20s. Let's see, I'll pull that out of there. It looks like there's 4 of these rolling around. There we go. We'll get those right there, right there. And we'll pop those in place. That's it. 2 there, 2 on the other side. Okay, we'll put those in place. Push our wings in, make sure they're seated. And we'll grab our metric 2 millimeter. So we'll get that in place. Those are tapping in real nicely. So, very good. Goes right in. These you can tighten up a bit because there's really not any foam compression or anything happening there. So, let's get that so you all can see that. Let's see, is that not locking in? All right, that one's, there we go, it just bit. Sometimes you got to move them around a little bit. It wasn't really quite threading, but so I had to move it just a hair. Okay, there we go. Nice. We'll get the ones on this side. Let's see what we got. I'm going to change angles here so you all can see from here. Just going to get this one on. This stand, there's not a lot of banking with it, so anyway. So we'll get that in place. Man, these wings fit nice, man. Very little play, nice and tight. Gotta like tight wing spars. So, and that is it. That's in place, and that's the major assembly of this thing, folks. That's really about it. And here's the thing about the Ernst stand with this. You can see that the vertical clears, okay, the ground, or clears the tabletop, which is nice. It keeps that big tail off the ground, because here's where you're usually digging your tail, like on the edge of tables and stuff like that. So that's it for the main assembly on this, folks, other than we have vertical fins, or ventral fins, I should say. Let me flip this around. Just like the missiles. They fit on exactly the same way. So as we go to the top view here, and you guys can get some tail in there, here's your ventral fins and how nicely these things go into place. These are on the inside here, these little plasticky parts, I believe, and that's just it. You put those on, and you slide these back. There we go. Get the other one in place. Slide that in, lock it in. A little tight because they got some paint on them, so it's to be expected. You just got to get the angle right, and then once you get it, it slides back. So here's where you got to be careful if you use reverse thrust on the ground, because some of these have that, is if you hit your ventral fin, you can pop it forward. And if you pop it forward, you can unlock your fin and lose it. So we did that with the Viper jet. So we did that on the runway, loosened it, and lost it while we were flying it. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much the major, kind of the main assembly of all of this. Let me see if I can pan out a little bit. And we're going to plug it in and get the gear down at least. And we'll look at a few things. So let me flip it. And sometimes here's where you have a hard time with ventral fins on an F-16. It can be a total pain sometimes getting this thing, getting ventral fins to work. And in fact, I can probably go back to my other stand. I just needed that for the assembly to make it a little easier. And I've got so many different airplane stands that I use. I just sort of switch back and forth, you know, as I need to. So let's get the cruising stand here back on. Let me see if I can do that without blocking any part of the gear. Let's see if I can get this forward a bit, because we're going to try to power this darn thing up and get the gear down on it. So, in fact, let's flip this around, and I'll get to the cockpit area of this. So, and then we'll talk about a few things with it, because we're really basically done putting this together, folks. Let's see if I can get, actually, that's perfect right there. That should be nice. And then I can go to, hopefully get to a top camera view. There we go. And let's see if we can get some wheels. See if we can get some wheels down on this. This should work, but, you know, in theory, let me see if I can find, where did I put that tester, servo tester? All right, just looking for that. All right, where the heck did I put that thing? All right, I'll get you guys over here on the front view. All right, I had my servo tester here somewhere, and I have misplaced it. Let's see if I can find that, because we're going to get the wheels down. If I can find where I put that darn thing. Let's see. But that's it, except for the ordnance on this deal. And let's see here, I'll have a quick drink. I'll take a look at some of the messages, see what you guys are typing. Still a bunch of guys here, so again, appreciate it for everybody coming. So I'm down here in the corner. I'm hiding out. So we still got 50 guys watching. And see if anybody else. Eric Johnson's in the house. Eric Johnson and his magic guitar. Is that the same Eric Johnson? Probably not. Let's see what we can find here. And I know where I put it. I just remembered. There we go. A little drink here. All right, let's see what we got. I got my servo tester here. So we're going to see if we can get the gear down. I wish I had an extension. I usually have an extension hanging around somewhere. Let's see if I can find an extender. Let's see if we can get the wheels down. Plug all this in. Should work. Let's try it. We'll go here, top view. I'm going to see if I can plug this in. I think the gear doors are all clear. See if we can get our landing gear and our lights. Let's see, where's the landing gear? Landing gear. You guys can see that somewhere. Channel B, gear, aileron. rudder. The heck is that stuff at? Landing gear. All right, there's elevator, lights, gear. There's one for gear, and there's your gear controller board. You can see right there. And hopefully this will be this simple. So we don't have to hook a receiver up to this whole thing. But let's see what we got. Let's see how if this works in theory anyway. Here we go. Let's try this out. I'm going to go to this view. I don't know if y'all can see that. See if we can get our gear down. And no, it does not want to do it. All right, let's try getting that. Otherwise, we'll have to bind up a... Not sure why that's not working. Oh, wait a minute, hang on a sec. No, that's the signal wire. I got that in the right... There we go. Nope. It's saying it wants to. This should work on a tester. I don't know why that would not. No, it doesn't want to do it. Oh, let's try... Hang on, let's try this. That was it. I had the wrong... That's my fault. I had the wrong mode set. There we go. Okay, if you guys got one of these little Hobby King controllers, let's see. I'll show you. This is one of those testers. I had this switch in the wrong place. It's on 760 US. It's supposed to be on the 1520 deal or whatever. So that's how it functions properly. So that was the hang up with that. But I do want an extension because I want to show y'all. Let me go back to my normal view there. Let me see if I can find a longer servo extension lead here. So I have a little bit of room to play with here. Let me go to, here we go. Here's an extension. I'm just looking for an extension wire here in my stuff. This should work so I can maneuver the airplane a little bit better. Let's plug this in and let's get this going. Plug this into the gear. Yeah, this is some nice stuff. So, and if I can figure out where the lights are connected, I can probably light the whole darn thing up. Oh, maybe the one that says lights. Although that's probably for afterburner. We'll see. Actually, it's probably on the ailerons. Let's try that. See if we can light it up here. Trying to plug this all in. There's our aileron lights. And let's go with the other ones. If I were to take a guess, it might be a rudder or it might be the elevator. There it is. That was a good guess. Check that out. All right, very cool. So we got all those lights working except for the landing gear, but let's give that a shot. The landing gear, the landing light. Well, I guess I should put I probably should plug in the landing gear to make that work. Yeah, let's do that. That's the elevator line. Gear. No, that should be good. That should make it work. Let's get that going. Plug it in. Oh, now it doesn't seem to want to work. All right, well, anyway, let's get that lined up there. It could be a bad. Here, let's try this. Let's go with this here. Let's just plug it in straight so we're not out of whack there. Nope, it may not be. It might be this. Might be my tester having problems because we got the gear down just fine. And let's go with my. Where did that gear line go to? Disappeared on me. And that should be it. B, rudder, gear. No, that is the gear line. It is in there. It's like it intermittently wants to. That's strange. I wonder if I got a bad. Let's try this. Let's try a different connect because I got another one of these. We'll try this out. Signal, plus and minus. That might be going bad or something. Let's try this. Well, maybe it's just intermittent. You know what? To make it easier, I'll probably just bind one up. Let's see if we can do that. We'll get, that way we can get full lights and everything. I think sometimes there's just gremlins with these testers and stuff. And let's go with this. Very odd, very odd. Well, the gear is down and it is super nice. Let's do a bind on it. Let's get, let me grab my receiver here, and that's what we'll do. We'll just plug this in. I don't want to go through a full setup, but grab this receiver. There it is. Let's not pull on that because it's taped. Get this out of the package. Slide that out. Slide my dual diversity antenna out of there. Put that in there. Yeah, that should work just fine like that, but I don't understand the deal there. What's up with that? I shouldn't do that. All right, well, let's do this. Let's plug it in. Oh, I don't have a speed controller, so I really can't do that, can I? Yeah. Well, the landing gear does work. Plug that in. It just don't make no sense. Let me check my connection. Let's see if I can tighten that up. Maybe that's all it is. See what we got. I'm going to use my, see what I'm doing here? It might just be a bad connection or something. I'm not sure why it would work once but not work the other time. So let me tighten that up. Make sure those are tight enough. Yeah, they do seem to be a bit loose, aren't they? Let's see. Minus. I have it plugged in backwards. There we go. I think I was plugging it in backwards is what it was. Very nice. Excellent. In fact, you know what I can do? It's from the outside here. Let's plug in. And I think we said, yeah, they should be working good. There we go. This thing has some of the nicest landing gear. If I'm not binding it, there it is. There we go. Lights coming on. And that is it. Now let me try with the extension this time again. I might have plugged it in wrong. That's probably what it was. Let's go signal minus. Yeah, that probably was what it was. I think I was just plugging it in backwards. Let's see if that's going to do it. Yep, that's it. That's it. All right, so I'll plug that in. And then let me grab, I'm going to grab another extension because I want to have all the lights working and stuff. I have a few more over here, I think. So let me grab another longer one if I have one. Extensions galore. Let's see. So we've got the landing light one. We've got, I'm just grabbing some of these. Got a few of these laying around. So I'm just grabbing some extensions. Only because I don't have the receiver plugged in and all that. So, and let's see. I think we said, what were we going off of? The ailerons? I think it was the ailerons is one. Yep, that's it. So this is just to show you guys the lights. So let's do aileron. Plug that in. That's going to make the ailerons move, unfortunately, but hey, that's what it is. Very cool. Nice. Let's go with the rudder. Plug this in and we can take a look at this from the underside. There we go. Rudder. I think I was confusing brown and black and red and all that stuff. So let's get this in there. There you go. And there's all our lighting package. So now we got the whole thing set up. Lighting package. Everything is working. And now we can do this. I can show you guys how nice this gear is. This is some nice stuff, folks. All right, we're going to flip this around. I'm going to hold it on the table here because that's how it's going to work here. And then we'll move this thing really close to everybody. This is by far some of the nicest landing gear that I think I've probably seen like ever. So you can see how nice this nose strut is right here. And the nose wheel. Nose wheel's a little small, so it's really meant for pavement. In fact, let's do this. Let me flip this around. Let's do this. All right, let me flip this to the other camera. Let's do this. All right, guys. This is all in there. Let me get this thing off the table here, and I'll show this to you a better way. Put that down. So check out the gear. This stuff is so nice. They did such a good job on this thing. And you can see how bright these fuselage lights are down here. It really, this thing stands out big time. But check out the detail of that nose strut. And it's super tough. None of this is plastic. These are all metal. There's an over-center brace right here that locks this whole thing up. And same thing here with your main gear. Over-center here. These are all ball bearing supported, okay, the main wheels. And these are all aluminum fittings. So let me lower this a little bit. This is an aluminum gear block right here. So super nice. Has compression to it as well. Okay, you can see on this side, you can see the compression with the oleo strut right here. And just super, super nice. So I'll flip it. I'm going to flip it this way. I'm going to lower my table a little bit and zoom out a little bit so I can give you guys a little better view of this. Let me pan out. I need to get all this, my desk and all this stuff, I need to get thought controlled here. So, but let's get this. Yeah, I need a helmet to control everything here. But there's your landing gear. Oh, one stuck. Oh, that one didn't move. Let's see. Might be a bad connection on that one. Let's try it one more time. If it doesn't work, I'll go into the front. There we go. Both of them working. Might be a bad connection there, so we'll check that out. But check out how nice those doors are. Your wingtip lights. Everything works beautifully on this thing. Let me back out a little bit. But you can see when you're inverted and you're in a turn, for example, you've got wingtip lights here, there, and you can see the fuselage light. When you're in a steep turn and you see the top part of it, okay, you've got your wingtips. Look at your wingtips and your vertical for reference. So again, the amount of lighting on this thing is really adequate. It's in a really nice place. So, all right. One's not coming down. I think I got a loose. I think I got a bad connection somewhere. So we'll check that out. Let me let him go in, and we'll do a cycle. There we go. Real nice. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. If I see something like that, and I have one that's kind of intermittent, okay, what I'll do is I'll give this thing my treatment. I'm going to put a battery up here so the nose ain't going to fall over. There we go. And then I'll switch all to here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug my power, okay? All I have really is my landing gear plugged into here. I have my wings because I want the wing lights to come on. And I have my elevator plugged in because I think that's where the fuselage lights are plugged into. So they're into sort of different channels. So I'm just going to unplug my power off of this so I'm not fiddling with stuff like this when my power's going. Now this is stuck on here like this, okay, but I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see it. And I don't know which one is which, okay, but I'm on the landing gear now, so I'm not too worried about messing up any of that stuff. But what I'm going to do, if I can find my glasses here, is I'm going to tighten these connections up. These are your 3 gear connections through your gear board. And I'm thinking that what's going on is there's just a bad connection there or something with one of them. So I'll pull out one at a time. Okay, gear doors and all that stuff, everything's sequencing in here. In fact, you've got multiple, one's B and one's C, so that means one is your doors and one is yours, because there's 3 doors. So shoot, you might need to check and see which one. I forgot, B and C, one's doors, one's not. So let's do this one first. This one seems pretty tight, okay? But I'm going to unplug it anyway. And I'm just going to do a quick kind of tightening in here. So let me move that down. Let me plug that in. Tighten that one up. Looks a little tighter there. Push that one in too. There we go. And I'll stick this in place. All right. Hopefully next week I'll get Gavin on the video here so he can talk me through this. He's built this before. He had one flaw in his first F-16 actually, where he was coming into land. The plane just rolled over on him. So, but you know, Horizon. He had a video of it, so he just sent it to Horizon, sent it back, and they replaced the airplane for him. So, yeah, that's the nice thing about Horizon is they obviously they support all their stuff. So, I'm gonna plug that in, and then this one's gonna go. Oh, that's for a light. I'm not worried about that. And then each one of these has 3 wires coming into each one. So, since I'm not sure which is which, I'm just gonna do all 3 of these. So, I'm gonna unplug one of these at a time. And I like these locking tabs. They're really nice. So let's just do one at a time. They do seem to come out kind of loose, so maybe that is what the issue is with these. But any intermittent gear issue. I think B is the gear and C is the door, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I'm just going to do one of these at a time. Get these in place. Let's see, that goes back in a little tighter anyway. That's one. I want to make sure I'm working from the same bundle here. Let me back out just a little. There we go. Because something's intermittent there, and it's probably just a bad connection. Let me put my knife down for a second there. Pull this out of here carefully. Just trying to spread these apart. Which can be a pain. There we go. Just doing one at a time. Let's see. Getting those tight. A lot of times they're cranking these servo connectors, you know, 1,000 at a time out of a box or whatever. So, you know, they're made in bulk. So that can explain why sometimes connections are bad or not as good as they could be. So you just got to check them, folks. Make sure we're good. And I may go through these later too, because again, I can see better when I don't have, you know, reading glasses on and stuff. So, and then that one, actually, let me mark that so I don't go back to the same one. I'm just gonna put a little line there. There we go. And I think it was this one is the other one. Yeah. This one I had not done yet. Yep, this can be time consuming, but sometimes that's all you need is just a little bit extra tightening on those. So put that back in. That fits in tighter. That should be good. That's that one. And then let's go to these 3, the C's. So I'll start off with one of these. Let's see, pull this off of here. There we go. Let's see how that one is. A little surgical here. Put that in, put that in. Yeah, that's good. And I'm going to mark it real quick so I don't come back to that one. All right. Let's put a little mark there. These can get confused real quick. Sorry about that. All right. Not sure if you guys can see that, but it's kind of tough to show everybody that thing. But hopefully you guys can get the gist of what I'm doing. It's just tighten these electrical contacts because I probably have an intermittent gear. I know that this works, okay, because I tested this out in the real world. Stuff doesn't work. Tighten the connection, it works again. So sometimes it could be something that is so simple. Reconnect that, pop that one in place. And I think this is the last one. Hopefully I didn't do 2 of them twice, but we'll kind of see. Get this thing spread apart. Put my knife down for just a second. There we go. Get that on there. I think that's probably good. Right there. Yep. Harder to see with my glasses, but that's all right. All right, let's see. That should be it. Hopefully that'll tighten up everything. Get that back where it's supposed to be. That's it. That went on there really tight. Now, a lot of these came out loose, so now that I've done that, I can tell it's a lot tighter. But let's hopefully see if that does it. So we'll power power this up. Let me zoom back out here. And then what we'll do is we'll put, let's see what we got. We'll go inverted with this. There we go. And I'll roll it upside down and we'll do it. Let me get the battery off of here little by little. And let me plug this back in. Just plug in the power source. Let's go back in place. There we go. We're all lit up. Now only one works. All right, let's try this way. Let's get rid of, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull 2 of these out for the doors and stuff. And let's go back this way. All right, now that's not working at all. All right, let's see. Oh, I see what I did. Let's see. Let's get the gear one back in. Coming off the gear. There we go. So a lot of times that's all you need to do is just tighten those connectors up. Let's see. Let's go into here. One is working now. It's RC. Well, I might have just popped that off. I don't know what it's doing now, but there we go. 2 are working now. I think I just popped a connector is what I did. I popped a, there we go. All right, 2 are working. I think we might leave it at that. But that happens sometimes and you got to mess with the connections. I'm going to play with this a little more later to get that functioning better. But let's see. All right, I think that's about it. I popped one connector. I can tell one of my little clevises snapped. So the pin popped off of it because something's out of whack there. But that is it, guys. I'm going to put the cone on here. I'm going to put the stickers on it later. And let's put this on in place so we can kind of see it how it is all together here. And yeah, one of the pins broke off with the gear trying to get it mess with that. But let me unplug this real fast. And we're going to get that fan in there probably another time. Let's see what we got. But here's what I want to show everybody. I'm going to unplug this, unplug that. And then we'll play with how that's going on. Let me just check my connections. Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. Those all look good. But here's what I want to get at. I want everybody to see here how nice the gear is on this. And again, we've showed this before, but just so everybody can kind of see how nice that is. What I ended up doing was popping the linkage right here. You see this? I have others, but the clevis here just snapped. I don't know why it went out of order like this, but this clevis just snapped. I have replacements for that. But you can see how nice the gear is, all over center braces and stuff. And nice suspension, bearings in the wheels, and nice forward rake to this landing gear. Check out the, take a look at the inside of that, how complicated that is, how complex, and how nice that is, the main gear. And then the nose gear, here I'll show you this. Let me flip this. Yeah, this is super, super nice. So you can see how detailed it is in here. You got a nice forward rake to this gear, and this is some tough landing gear. It's very, very strong. It's really nice, and it has that nice forward rake to it. I've seen guys hit pretty hard with this, and you know, it survives the impact here. So now what I'm going to do real quick is get everything on it so you guys can see the ordnance package and everything on there, and get it all together in one kind of fell swoop. So we'll get the canopy on. Let's see here. Nose cone on. Put the rest of it in place. Let's back off on the zoom here. Let's see. Let's go wide. There you go. And that is the F-16. What I might even do is plug in my one that's already set up and going. That might be something we do. But that is it, folks. Let's get our wingtips on. Again, side specific. Let's grab all of these, and you can get an idea of how nice this thing is. Let's get this. We'll get this. All right, let's put the missiles. I'm just going to load it up so y'all can see the extreme detail of this thing. Get this one on. We're going to get the center tank on there. I mean, it's got so much ordnance on this thing. It's amazing how much detail there is to this thing. Let me do this. Center goes on. I've never had this with all the ordnance on it before. This probably is going to be the first time I think I've been able to get it all in place, because I haven't had the ordnance yet to put on this thing. So let's see if I can get that wiggling in place. There we go. That's locked in. We're going to get this one. These are both the same. Yep, we'll get that one in place there. And this thing gets crazy with the missiles and the bombs and with the rockets and the drop tanks and everything else. It's just totally insane how much goes on this. So let's get this straightened out. There we go. Get those, we'll get that. Yeah, there's missiles galore. Oops, let me grab this. Let me grab this. All right. Webcams, chat, girls, and oh yeah. All right, we got problems. Let's do this. Let's block. Report. All right, somebody's jumping on here, doing some tomfoolery here. Let's get rid of that. Report. And we'll get rid of that. We've received a report. We find this content. All right, we'll get rid of this. Yeah, there's somebody there doing something they shouldn't be doing. Let's go. There we go. We'll get rid of all those. Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know who else showed up here. Let's remove. Put user in timeout. There we go. All right, sorry about that, guys. Somebody's jumping in there. Where can I get one? They're all sold out in Australia. Yeah, they are. In the USA, they're kind of sold out too, but you can get the ARC version. Yeah, let's get this going. And then let's plug in. There we go. Get all these missiles and bombs and stuff on here. Put that in place. There we go. This one on. Yeah, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Get that out of here. All right, can everybody see okay? There we go. Get this one on. It's like the last one. There we go. And that's what we got, folks. See right there. And that is it with all the ordnance. You can see how nice that is. All loaded out and ready to go. So pretty darn slick. Now what I'm going to do real fast is, since we're here and I've got this thing, I am going to grab my power source one more time, my tester here. Let me do this. All right, still 37 guys, so I appreciate, again, everybody coming. Again, this is the ARC version of this thing, so I'm going to throw this line in here. And let's see if I can get my gear working. Or not gear, but yep, this could be a mistake here. There we go. I just wanted the light on. That's all I'm trying to do. Aileron, same thing. Just so y'all can see how nice this is with all the lights lit up, because I'll go dark with it here. And neutralize those ailerons just a little bit. No, don't do that. That's what I thought might happen. But they're all working. They're all working. That's what I was trying not to do. Now watch them all not come down. There we go. Get them all down. All right. I was trying to neutralize my ailerons just a little bit. But there we go. That should be good. Because the ailerons are hooked up, and I'm trying not to mess with those things. And then let me get the, which was the other one? The elevator, I think is the one it was, that we had hooked up. So let's go with this one, just so y'all can see the lighting on everything. That's what I'm trying to show y'all, is the light package on this thing and how nice that is. Minus the optional afterburner, of course. So let's get this in place. Nope, it's not that one. Let's get those. Those are full deflection now. All right, not what I was trying to do. Let's see. Let's go with the fuselage. Lighting. Where those were. Trying to get that in place. All right, let's see. Try to get that minus. There we go. Those are unlocked. And let's go with this one. Let me get, I think it was Rudder. Was it Rudder? Let's try that one. Can't remember which one I had on that one. There we go. All right, so all the lighting is set up there. And you guys can now see, there we go, what that looks like in the dark. So let's hit that up. It's pretty slick to see the lighting package on this, how nice this is. And it's impressive, the amount of lights that are on this and how easy it is to see this thing. Again, when you're flying this thing, let me get the table down here a little bit. As you'll see in the dusk flight we did there at SEF, when you get yourself into a bank, you can see even your fuselage lights a little bit. But when you're in a full steep turn bank, and I never really recognized, I never really noticed that with those internal, those external tanks, the light really shines off those. But your wingtips are super bright, and you can see your tail light, and it gives you really good orientation. And vice versa, when you're inverted with this thing, or you can see the underside, you're flying like this, you know, you've got your fuselage lights and your wingtip lights that really light this whole darn thing up. And of course, as you land the airplane, you know, when you're landing, those nose lights are pretty incredible. I mean, it's quite a nice array of lights, and I'll raise this up so everybody can see how awesome this thing looks. It's cool as heck. The ARC version like this, again, folks, you've got to, you know, set it up and get it going, but, you know, you have to get your receiver in there and get it all going. But for the most part, you know, it's pretty slick. I mean, the lighting package on this is awesome. Check that out. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit for everybody. Let's get in on there. Really sweet, folks. Really, really pretty sweet. Let me get that centered up so y'all can see how nice that is. My camera's a little crooked over there, but check out those landing lights. Just outstanding. Wingtip lights, awesome. How nice and bright this thing is. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Really nice. And with the afterburner lit up, it kind of completes the whole package there. So anyway, let me give Gav a call real quick. See if he's around. See if he's still watching. He might have bailed and went flying or something.
What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man.
You watching or you doing something else?
We were doing something else.
Okay.
I can turn it on.
No, it's okay. Yeah, if you want. Yeah, I got it up on the rack with the gear down. I just plugged it into a power source, into a servo tester for everybody to see. So I've just got it lit up here in sort of the dark. So,
Right now.
but yeah, what's that?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, I got to get you on, like I said, I got to try to get the live thing set up where I can get you on video and everything. There's top view. Let me go back to, what's that?
Looks sick. I'm watching it right now.
Oh, isn't it crazy? Here, let me go back to the front view. So yeah, I lowered the lights and I turned my lights off, but you can see how it looks. Have you flown yours with the missiles?
No, I have not.
Okay, I haven't either, but you know, the thing I'm noticing is like those internal tanks, they like really light up.
Yeah.
You know, like you can, I think it gives you a little bit better visibility, you know, with just kind of seeing them, you know. Let me lower my table here a little bit. But have you flown yours in the dusk?
Yeah, I flew at the event a bunch of
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I wasn't watching it. What's that?
It was so dark.
Yeah, no, I know, man. I was like, you were Superman out there flying that thing. Because you can't, I mean, it's hard to see, but when I was flying this at Ceph, like I was telling everybody in the dusk, you know, when you turn this airplane, I don't know if you can see it, but when you're in a bank,
You can see the LEDs.
yeah, that vertical light, man, in the back, and the wingtips, and those all,
Just like stick up so you can see it.
yeah, I mean, you can really see them, even when you're level, you know, you can see them. And then when you're upside down, you not only have the wingtip lights, but you got those little fuselage lights for orientation. So yeah, but you know, I'm noticing that the tanks light up. I never noticed that. I'll have to fly this one time in the dusk with the tanks. Maybe we'll do that. Oh, by the way, I got the Thursday and Friday off before the EDF event.
Okay.
So I'm going to be around for that. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to throw this. I'm going to throw this thing back up here for everybody. You know, oh wait, that's the wrong one. Oh, did I get the? Oh no, that's.
Landing light looks awesome.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, hopefully I don't burn it out here, but here's the.
One reason why mine was like yawing a bunch. Remember that?
What do you mean? Like
Like, cause the way it is, like the gear door's there, and then it like sticks out kind of in the middle. If you know what I mean?
Oh, it's like a rudder.
Yeah, that's I think that had something to do with it.
Yeah, I think when you put the gear down on this thing, I think the nose door is so darn big that yeah, I mean it acts like a rudder up front. So I mean, but you got stabilization. So, but you see, I don't know if you can see in the video I'm doing right now, but you see the tanks. Like one tank runs white, it lights up red. The others, because the fuselage lights hit it, so it kind of gives you a little more visibility. I've never noticed it because I've never flown with. I've never had any ordnance because when they handed it to me at when I was at Ceph, I didn't have any missiles, and then they left a couple extra missiles, and so I didn't really know what whole ordnance package was with this. But yeah, it's a slick plane, man. I'm gonna get this fan in here. Probably not today because I've been doing this for about 3 hours now. So, yeah, it's cool, man. Well, we're going to do some tandem flying at the event, you know. So,
Yeah.
so.
Well, I have this whole week I have off because it's Thanksgiving. So.
Okay.
Maybe we can fly sometime during the week or something.
Yeah, I'm off Monday, Tuesday. Let's see, I got to fly a little bit. When am I going to fly? Yeah, I'll be back. I think Thanksgiving Day I'm going to be flying somewhere. But anyway, the flyer up here I threw up there, just so everybody can see. If you want to see me and Gavin cause trouble, you know, here's where we'll be. So, and again, JR's got a giveaway. Zap has some giveaway. We're bringing in a plane from FMS. BVM, I don't know what they're doing, but Banana Hobby's got a giveaway for us. We've got Ernst stands, and Gooniac's giving us a free afterburner to give away. So if you guys are hearing all this, you guys want to come check it out, you know, and you know, we'll be there flying. I'm gonna get there at least a day early. Well, I got a couple afterburner rings to put in this thing, so I'm gonna put a ring in it at least, and not the factory one, but another one. I got. In fact. You know what, let me kill the lights here. I've got one I'm going to put in without breaking the nose cone off. Let's see here. Got to run through the chaos here. So, but man, this thing built easy. Like I said, I never built one. I just flew it, you know. I never had one to...
Have you seen how detailed the canopy is, or the cockpit?
Oh, yeah, I was showing everybody before. Yeah, it's like pretty...
Heads-up display and everything.
Yeah, I was showing everybody all that before. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But I've got this that I might put in there. This is a afterburner ring. One of these Dr. Mad Thrust that lights up all different colors. It's not really scale, but
like blue, orange, and red.
Yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I might put that one in there. And then I've also got this one here, which I'll show everybody. This one here is from 5280 RC. Very similar to Ray's at Gooniac, you know. It has a similar light controller here, so you know you can check that out. I haven't tried the. I've had this plugged into a couple planes already, but I'm still testing them out.
It looks a lot like Ray's.
Yeah, very similar. Yeah, very similar. This uses like 4 cells. I think Ray's uses 3 cells. So, you know, but we'll be we'll be showing off all that stuff. I'm hoping next time, buddy, I got to get a live thing set up here so you and I can do this where, you know, your head's like in the corner there talking to me. So
Yeah.
we'll try to do this video because you can do it on your phone, you know. So
Yeah. I mean, I can set up my phone. I can like go to my grandma's house so I can have all the planes there and stuff.
Yeah, we'll do that because I got to figure out how to do it. I just, like I said, it was an idea I had that I just didn't have time to mess with it because I'm usually super busy trying to get things sorted out. But yeah, the cockpit's cool on this thing. Here, hang on. Let me get. Actually, let me see if.
Did you have the low voltage cutoff problem like me?
No, I hadn't had that problem at all yet.
Yeah, well, because my first one, I didn't have that problem at all with it, so I think it's just like every few.
Right.
That set up out of the factory, I don't know.
Right. Let me do.
But it's an easy fix, so just a thought.
Let me do something real quick. I'm going to change right here. Let's go down here. Let me, oh, I see what I did here. Hang on. Just changing got like 10 things I'm doing. I need a helmet, man.
Yeah.
I need a helmet that controls everything for me. So I need a mind control helmet to control all my stuff here. So, but yeah, this is what Gav's talking about. The detail on this is cool as heck. Heads up display. We saw this earlier in the video, but I mean, this guy's even got like mission patches on and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
he's got his little air hose, but his air hose is like going the wrong way. There's the HUD, or his air hose doesn't all the way go on the ground, so he's not getting air. He's having oxygen starvation there.
I love how the canopy is all tinted too as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how they got the HUD, and they actually did a nice job with the decals, you know.
I think that's the most scale canopy they've ever made.
Yeah, probably as far as the stock canopy goes. Yeah, I mean that's
Or like the Draco.
yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean that's not bad. That's not bad.
Try grass off with it or what?
Well, when I was at CEF, that's all I did. I only flew it off. That's all I did was grass. And in fact, while I was there, I put a slightly larger nose wheel on it, and actually stuck flapperons on it. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, here was the. And we kind of showed this before, but this was. I'll throw it up here. This is all that stuff I was flying through. One of the cool things about this plane is you can just, I mean, you can yank on it hard, and it doesn't really stall. It just.
And it has a wide range of batteries.
What's the biggest you put in it?
The 6,000 that you let me use, and it was just as good as a Smart 5,000.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's yeah, it
I
does.
was flying with the 5,000s and doing high alpha stuff, and I put the 6,000 in it. And to be honest, I think it even did it a little better.
With what?
The 6,000.
Really?
Yeah.
'Cause
I've heard a few guys have said to get high alpha to do better,
right.
you need to get a heavier battery. That's what I've heard from some people.
Really?
Because
usually,
that's what I've heard. It doesn't make sense. I think Ray actually is the one that said that.
because normally if you put a lighter weight, like when I was flying that Rafale, you know, I think I had a 30C 5000 in there, the Spectrum, and it's small and it's light, and it was as far back as I could get it, and it, you know me, I don't really practice alpha that much. I can do it well. In fact, actually, that was probably the best I've done it, and but I had a lightweight battery all the way as far back as I could get it, and it did it really easily. So it's like all the 3D guys. The 3D guys, when they shift the CG as far back as they can.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then you can alpha better. That's why it doesn't make any sense. But oh well. But anyway,
like it makes it settle in a little easier, or something like that.
well, when the CG's farther back, you know, like with 3D planes, if the CG's far forward, when the airplane stalls, the nose drops, and you don't want that. When the CG's back and it stalls, the tail actually kind of tends to come down, or the nose doesn't drop as much, and then because that's what you want is you want that tail. You know, when you're stalling an airplane, it stalls. You want the nose dropping so you can recover. But when you're going into alpha, you don't want that. You actually want it going the other way. You want the nose up and the tail down. So
That's why when you see real fighter jets do the high alpha, you can see them actually putting in down elevators so it doesn't overstall itself, you know?
Yeah. And that's kind of the thing behind it. So, but yeah, it's
I mean, it does it well with all the batteries. Like even RCI, he flies it with a 7000.
Yeah.
Pushes all the way back, and it still does it just as well.
Yeah. I think 7,000's a bit much though. It just seems.
It is.
It's a little heavy, but.
I think like the 6,000 was like the sweet spot for me.
Yeah. Well, this is the stock. You can see in the video here. That's the stock afterburner ring, or the optional afterburner ring. With and you've got yours in there. I'm gonna try and put that flicker one in there, or I'm gonna put this 5280 RC one in there. Which here, let's see for a second here. I was gonna throw this up on the page for everybody to see. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, there's the instructions. I'll bind it all later. People were asking about that. Have you ever seen that thing?
Afterburner ring.
You see on the screen? Are you watching, or can you see it?
Yeah, I'm watching. Yeah.
That's a SU-47. That's probably.
I think it's delayed right now. I don't see it yet.
Okay. This is probably before your time, but this was an old Banana Hobby plane that they still have. But this is an SU-47 with forward swept wings. So.
Yeah, that's a cool jet.
Yeah. So, and it's got canards and all that. But here's Guniac's page. The reason I put this page up there for people to check out was.
There it is. It just popped up.
Yeah. Oh, it did. It's that delayed, huh? And you're only out like 30 miles away from me, man. That's not good. Anyway, but yeah, there's the fan I'm gonna stick in there, and then this is 5280 RC, guys. I'll probably throw. I might put the ring in there and put the center burner in there. I might just put them both. I might do that. You know why? Because that'll give me extra weight in the tail. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
So I can do the alpha stuff better, but I'm trying to get these planes.
Does that new EDF take a bigger ESC?
You know, I think it's still 100 amps, but I've got a 120 here I'm going to put in there. So.
Yeah, because like the 3070 or the 3270 2000, the one in the F-18, that takes 100 amp, and the new one in the F-16 that also takes 100 amps. So.
Okay. Let me see. I'm going to try to move this window here. I'm kind of sitting here doing this. But anyway, here, let me go back to this thing. I'm going to close that manual thing here. So, all right, guys. Well, here's what I got. This is the F-16 80mm ARF Plus version of the plane. So, you know, check it out. They're in stock, actually. So if you guys want to add an extra fan, these are in stock, the ARF Plus. So, you know, check it out. And the bind and flies are back order. They're probably in a container ship off the coast of California. So
took a month to get back in stock last time.
Oh yeah, it's
everyone wants them now.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the reality is that all of the you know, about 2/3 of containers at most of these places are already spoken for, and if once it goes into stock, everybody orders the last remaining third. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm trying to let people know you really got to pre-order it if you're gonna get one, because they go fast, and then you got to wait another month or two for the next container. But anyway, yeah, I got lots of videos on this jet flying. I'll have one of me and Gav, you know, doing this stuff again, guys. So. This plane in the Rafale, so I got lots of stuff. This was the noon demo I did here of the F-16 and at CEF. So that was in April, man. That was a while back when I was doing all this stuff. So, but yeah, man, we'll have a good time. We'll be flying all kinds of stuff. They're going to be doing some fun contest parts, but I think it's at this event. But I think it's going to be minimal. I said it's open flying, right? He goes, yeah. He goes, we're going to do some fun type contests, some limbo stuff, but mostly it's going to be open flying. So yeah, we're going to fly a lot of stuff.
Like a limbo?
Yeah, like a limbo. Like they're going to probably have a ribbon, you know, stretched across or something, and you know, you fly under it or something. Who knows? So I don't know what they got planned. I just want to open fly, man. I just want to fly stuff, you know.
Well, limbo would be more my type of competition.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it is more fun, you know, and it's not going to be, I don't think they're going to be out there necessarily, you know, grading everybody with a sheet that you got to brief everybody on, you know what I mean? That just gets kind of monotonous sometimes. So, all right, Brian Chambers is here, and Leslie RC Fun, nice F-16. So, yeah, I'm getting ready to close it out here. So, all right, man, well, thanks for chiming in, and, you know,
Yep, anytime.
I'll try to get you on the video next time if I can figure out the technology here. So,
Yeah.
I figure I got Zoom and I got pan and tilt and all this stuff. I ought to be able to figure that out. I just got to talk to somebody about how to set it up or watch some videos. So I know it's not that hard, but anyway, I'll get you on next time. So, all right, man. Thanks for talking to me, and we'll talk later.
No problem.
All right, man. See ya.
All
All right, bye. All right, guys, that is about it. Anybody got any questions they want to throw out at me on the F-16 from E-flite? So I'm about ready to sign it off. We covered a lot of stuff here today for everybody, and we showed you the version of it, the ARF Plus version, okay? And all we got to do is get our fan in it, which we'll do, and then we'll talk about that probably later after I get the fan in there. But we are set up and ready to go. We also looked at a bunch of other stuff. Let me see what my stats were on the speed tests. 275 and 883. I think that's definitely my frame rate. So, but check out our videos. Also, Guy Caputo's Flying Tiger RC. You know, he's got the nicest stands around, nicest airplane racks, I mean, storage system. So, you know, check them out. I got them all over, and I'm going to be putting them all back in here. So, and we'll discuss that after, once I get them up here on this back wall and then along that side. You know, you guys will see them all up. So I wanted to pan and zoom around so much. So, but that's it, guys. Anybody got anything they want to throw out there? Any last questions? We're down to 20 people. I think we're phasing out here because we're at 3 hours on this deal. So we had a good audience here, and I want to thank everybody for coming. Again, if you guys haven't, you know, liked and subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's all free to do. It supports us. If you guys do get an airplane, please use our links in the description below. That does support our channel at no cost to you guys. I'm going to try and move this thing out of the way. No, that's not the right thing. But check us out. We will be at the Tangerine event. I'm going to throw that back up here again. That's not the one I wanted. This one. Lots of sponsors, lots of prize giveaways, folks. So we'll be at this EDF event. So if you can make it out, come on out. Lots of fun flying, a little bit of contest stuff, lots of giveaways for everybody. So, you know, come on, hang with us, and we'll be flying like crazy. So Ian Bowen says what they need to come out with is self-adjusting battery tray that can be controlled from your radio on a dial. Actually, it's interesting you said that. I think in the beginning when Kike, you know, Somanzini was actually doing the early, you know, kind of testing of 3D, I think they actually had a weight in the airplane that it would move back and forth in the fuselage, so they could, you know, get into that high alpha, move the CG back, and then when they wanted to fly normally, they'd move it forward. So I think they actually tested stuff like that in the beginning and actually used that. But then they found with 3D airplanes that if you just set them up unstable with lots of throw, CG back, then you could fly most of your 3D routine, and then when you went into, you know, forward flight, you just dealt with it, and you just knew it was sensitive and you're careful with it, or go to a low rate or something, and then it was easier to fly at a low rate. But they usually fly them pretty unstable. I mean, they're in unstable conditions, so the nose can go up, tail can come down, all that kind of stuff. But they did do that. I mean, I think they really tested and worked on all that stuff in the very beginning. So, but anyway, we'll be at this event, guys. Thanks for coming, everybody. I'll be signing off here. I want to thank everybody for coming. We had a good audience today. I appreciate everybody watching. I'll let everybody go. Stay tuned. More videos will be coming. And I think that's it, folks. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, folks, we'll see y'all next time.